What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin It podcast, a special podcast episode today. So, we are going to be celebrating Jack's new album release, doing a modified listening party because Jack decided to make a late 90s hip hop album.
Yes, sir. Yes, he did.
So we got a triple CD here.
He said he was throwing everything at it.
Yeah.
Everything.
But yeah, so tonight we're going to be taking a look at some tracks from Jack's latest album, Rebirth. So while I got everybody here, I'm going to let Jack introduce everybody. So Jack, take it away.
Man, I'm just surprised to have both my families here. Got the Wingin It and the MSM family here. So we got VG Mobster.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, one of the coldest MSM members for sure. You just dropped your LP not too long ago. So definitely be sure to go check out his music. We got the leader, president, the CEO, the whatever you want to call him, TJ the Gamer. Yes, sir. TJ the Gamer, man. This is pretty much like a twin. Every time we have a conversation, what he does, I do. And it comes down to this music, man. And I think that's where we vibe so well. So once again, if you've never heard of TJ the Gamer, he got tons of music and also instrumental albums as well. If you're into gaming music, I'm pretty sure he don't mind reaching out to you as well if you want some intros, outros for your channels. So definitely take a look at his albums because he just released an album as well. It was this January, right, TJ?
Correct.
Yeah. January. So he just released his album, and then we got plenty more to come for the whole MSM family. And then for those of you that don't know, and you should know, we have our psychic, Andre, down at the bottom. If you are not familiar, when this man makes videos, whether it's a couple of months or even like a year or so, it tends to come to fruition. Now, there may be like some asterisks here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty solid. So if you need anything to come to fruition, ask that man to make a video. And you're good.
Also, I'd also like to thank Capcom and Square Enix for being somewhere around listening, because I'm pretty sure y'all gonna be taking whatever Andre says and making something out of it within the next couple years.
I mean, especially Capcom.
Thank you, Capcom and Square Enix.
Capcom, Square Enix, EA. Look, you can't tell me Star Wars Squadrons is not my daggone Star Fox Zero multiplayer idea. You cannot tell me everything is so similar. And the screwy thing is, sorry to sidetrack, but the screwy thing is, around the time development would have started for that game was when I released that video.
Wow. Like I said, thank you, Capcom and Square Enix, for joining us.
What I need you to do is predict me a new Mega Man game. That's what I need.
Look, I've done that already several times. I've done one for
I'm waiting for it to come then.
When I was going to do the one for Mega Man 10, they had already announced it. So
it's coming for sure, especially with the DLC being in Sonic Cross Worlds. Oh yeah, it's coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's on the poppin'. It's on the
Let's
poppin'.
go.
All right, Pete.
You get to say Mega Man 11 that 10. Shoot.
All right, Pete. So, if you looked at the top of the comments, I had tried to get this format right, but it didn't work right. So, what we're gonna do is listen to a few of the tracks, since it is a long album. So we're gonna listen to a few of the tracks, and what we have is I'm gonna ask the panel and chat. I want y'all to have some fun with this too. Your whatever playlist you would like to put whatever song we play into. The first playlist is the workout mix. Then there's Fight Club mix. There's the cleanup/chore mix. There's the cooking mix for when you're in the kitchen. Then there's the it's Nintendo's fault mix. It's Sony's fault mix. Game Pass costs what mix? And the I'm about to snap mix. So
there you go. All right. There you go. I like it.
That sounds like fun.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like it.
Those are the playlists we will be actually putting what song we think should go where. If anybody puts something in that doggone Game Pass costs what mix, that's a joke mix.
I need to find one.
I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way.
Like, look, it's there by default. It has to be there.
It has to be.
There'll definitely be one for sure. 100%. There's gonna be one.
I had to put something for Microsoft in there.
That makes sense.
Should have put Game Pass as a lie.
I probably should have. All right, so let's get this party started. First off the rip. So, Jack, you want to do the intro for Who Am I Part 4?
Yes, sir. So anybody that has been listening to my music for a while, Who Am I? It wasn't meant to be a series. It was actually the title of my very first song. I was making beats originally, and it got to a point to where, you know, I wanted to actually hear verses on these beats. So I started taking up rapping, and Who Am I was the first song that I ever released. It's kind of hard to find now because I pulled it due to, you know, being a perfectionist with volume and mixing. But it was my first take at actually rapping and releasing music. So over time, almost every album that I had, especially in the open book series, I always found my way back to a Who Am I? And those are always kind of centered for me just to kind of get verses off and trying to do like a reintroduction of myself. So it was just fitting to do it on this album because this is my MSM debut album. So it only made right to do a part 4.
Sweet. And with that being said,
now that I'm a new member of MSM and this is my first album with the crew, I gotta do a Who Am I Part 4. Y'all already know how I get with these. I get real raw with these, man. So go ahead and sit back and listen to your boy. Yeah. When TJ signed me, he knew I can make classics like Legend of the Dragoon. A poetic soldier on the squad like I was Siegfried Sassoon. No hitman that feels he can do this way past 47. I'm Agent 47 with these bars and a sniper like Kevin. The sun will come out tomorrow, but not for these clout chasing reverends. Due to rents making the ignorant miss a true blessing. Got every transaction of yours by saying you the one like D-Book. Got you hook, line, and sinker, shooting for the stars. They some straight crooks. I'm attached with these lyrics, hit me, recite them from my spell book. Undisputed with this music, I hit you with a clay hook. Tension strategic movements, I'm blocking every move that y'all took. Let me give you some food for thought. I can pull anything up a cookbook. Me dropping my label should have happened sooner. I came to MSN because they really fine-tune you. Real captain on my boat. Man, I'm known to harpoon you. You know I'm all about that action. I ain't no honeymooner. I showed up with that flow. Man, they got that curve design. Never rock with the squad. Man, you gotta pay them fines. My style is crafted and molded. Let's perfect it, control it. Man, y'all swore that I stole it, but now I got it locked and loaded. I'm ready to shoot like I'm Nina Williams. A certified killer running over squares like Serena Williams. I'm the blueprint, so don't you try to run and hide. This is my C-class drip. Yeah, I got y'all terrified. See, when I craft these lyrics up, when I fuse up with this mic, I lift up my pinky because I'm truly classy and flashy, right? See, I guess Patrick taught me that shit. Yeah, I just be's a star. You already know what I do, my boy. I'm destined to go far. You never see my name laying on that walkway. I never let y'all step on what I created. Forget what y'all say. I'm the real deal while the rest dress like me and cosplay. If it costs to play, I'm a real innovator like Huawei. When it comes to these bars, I deliver rhyme schemes all day. I'm still raw even if I didn't grow up in busy hallways. I'm a gentleman without the flashy suit, but they can never walk a mile off up in a real one's boots. Y'all better swipe right on this music like we was up on Tinder. When it comes to this, I'm like Roscoe looking for my Lucinda. Sweeping down that y'all can hold me up like y'all was suspenders, but I swear y'all never been a close contender. Forget that shit, man, I got an engine. About my currency, I'm a real spitter. I'm here to usher in this video game music era. Here to partner with anyone that just makes it better. MSM is that's why, yeah, we ready to apply that pressure. Man, I'm ready to deliver up these bar fiestas. No glitches in our work, yeah, we far from Bethesda. Let me take you on this trip, boy. I'm ready to put in that work. I'm talking bit by bit, boy. This is certified hit, boy.
Nice.
Huh?
Nice,
That's-
nice.
That's the line, bro.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was hot.
Yeah.
That was hot.
So
Yeah. That.
mm.
So I want before we go into the playlist, one of the key things I do with these songs, and it's very interesting. I kind of just scroll through Twitter, and whatever sticks kind of goes into it. So like in the beginning when I was talking about being the one like D-Book and mentioning like a Durant bar and everything else in there with the Reverends, it was like a mixture of me watching the Suns play while also kind of going through this conversation that I had with some people earlier about like the church and everything else and kind of how they've been to those churches with like false prophets and things like that. So just doing that mixture in there and finding ways to really tie it in there. And it was something that I would do just to play around. And then my cousin came to visit and he saw me doing it. He was like, that's amazing that I can literally just be scrolling and then just throw something that is related to what I'm watching as I'm scrolling. Yeah. So that's usually how these play out whenever I do these Who Am I? There's no subject matter. It's just if you can rhyme it and you can find a way to fit it, then make it fit. And like that's usually how it goes.
That's pretty cool because I actually kind of got that feeling from it. Like what when I'm listening to that song, I get the feel that I'm like scrolling through television.
Yeah,
like I'm just switching channels and just like different stuff is happening and I'm watching different things. I'm just like, so that's dope. I never knew that's how you did that, but that's really cool because I got that energy coming off that song.
Yeah, you'll notice they never match with anything I'm talking about. Like they never match. It's just like I'm just going and just seeing different things. I'm like, okay, now that had nothing to do with this, but hey, let's throw it in there.
They made it work,
right?
that it did. That it did.
I mean, but that's a good way to do perspective songs too. So
for sure. Oh, my brother is in here. Sandstorm.
What up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go on and start with where this is going for me.
Okay.
The Fight Club mix. This is going to the Fight Club mix for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and go same thing.
Workout.
I was thinking, I'm like, this is like right before the fight. Like you getting ready to like
get amped up.
It's like, all right, let's go. Like
I don't know why, but when I hear this song, I just picture myself doing like a bench press.
Look, that's where I'm at.
Me.
I'm sitting here like I'm doing squats with the bar on my back.
So workout for me.
Sure.
Yeah, that's definitely
okay.
Yeah.
All right, Sandstorm. Where you putting it at?
I think it's man. Because it's funny, like y'all both said that Fight Club and workout, and it's a toss between the two because I can easily see this being like so I visualize almost anything as a video game setting, if you would. And I could see this in Vendetta, like when your main character just be walking in and you hear the club music, and then somebody bump into you and like, hey yo, what you think? And then the DJ in the background was like, "Oh, it's about to go down." I could definitely see it like as some Fight Club type stuff, but I can see it as well as like you putting in the motivation. I'm gonna say Fight Club. I'm gonna say Fight Club.
Fight Club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So far we tied up.
Yeah. So far we fighting up. So Shadow, how long you been?
Oh
here?
wow, Shadow in here too. What's up, bro?
Oh, Shadow, what's
going on?
Yeah. What up?
How long you been?
Hey.
I'm
loving what you do. Got that combo.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
No,
sir.
man, it's still country bumping.
Okay.
Yes,
so,
sir.
so we're doing what playlist would you add this song to? So did you see the playlist list yet, Shadow?
No, the one you put on here or for the album?
For the one I put on here for the fun stuff. Like the workout.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at some of it now. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think Who Am I Part 4 needs to go into?
Oh man. Man, they could probably fit all. Well, I don't know, man.
Man, it cannot fit Game Pass. Cost what?
Yeah,
Yes, it can.
Game Pass is everything.
I mean,
Everything's an Xbox.
If you want a freebie, you could say it could be an about to snap mix.
Yeah, I'm
That
gonna say.
Look, Jack doing all these conversations. He having all these psychological conversations and whatnot. Like that's the Game Pass You talking yourself actually at the same time. So all
You
those little
talk yourself
interludes.
into failure.
Yes. Yes.
That's basically it. It's like, man, this thing, man. I don't know, man. Do I want to play? Do I want to pay 4 times more than what I normally? Yeah. I can see it. I can see you. You hype yourself up, like you looking in the mirror, kind of like, yeah, you could do it.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I think everything fits for that. You can convince yourself.
This man talk about embodying the fanboy spirit and everything.
Man, you got to do it. Man, let me get my green hoodie, man.
I told you we could do it. I told you we could pay that extra $20. I told you we could do this.
I'm the man.
Okay, so all right, so we got to go to the next one. All right, so now this is one of my favorite tracks.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
Jack, you want to do the intro now or just do it afterwards?
So I'll explain it. So before we go into Still Country, because that's the next one we're going into, to kind of lead into what Shadow was talking about. The songs we're not listening to is the combo songs, right? Yeah. So there's 3 parts to it, and I'll make it real quick. So ever since I started rapping, I'm always a person that I love to hear like posse mixes, and I always like to hear different people on songs to kind of see how they, support each other or how they complement one another. And there's only so much you can hear your voice. Like, you get tired of listening to yourself after a while. So I started creating these characters over time. So I think Jay was my first character. Initially, his name was TJ. So I dumbed that down. Then Deep to bring in like the female perspective. Then I also then created the youngest artist of X. So I gave them all like ages and personalities and the whole 9. So the previous albums, if you pay attention to some of the songs, you can always hear this rift between Jack and Deep. Like, Deep always wants to be the main focal point of the group, but Jack ain't hearing it. So like, you'll hear certain songs to where we're going back and forth, like being very disrespectful for one another. So it's like, if you listen to Combo Part 2, like, we're very disrespectful in that. And that one was kind of tough because I had to talk shit about myself. So it's like very, very detailed, and like putting a line of, how can you go to another group and be behind a man that can execute what you couldn't bring? So, and it just kind of speaks levels to like the numbers and the songs and actually creating a group and doing things like that. So it's really speaking some factual mixes to it, but then also just embellishing on a lot of things as well. So Combo Part 1 was just a conversation with my youngest artist, being X-Main, and which in turn, if you listen to later down the line on the album, we end up mending fences, you know what I mean? And kind of like becoming this collaboration thing that's going over to MSM. And then also, if you heard later down, like earlier this year, MSM Freestyles was like the single to kind of introduce me into MSM that TJ and I did together. Really dope song, and it's really focused like heavy on the video game bars, because TJ, I don't know if you remember, we had a conversation about what I was going to do. And when I had the conversation of what we were going to do, I thought he wanted me to get into the video game bag with my lyrics. So I was framing this whole album around just everything video, like video game bars, video games. He was like, nah, I didn't bring you on for that. Do your own thing, like keep being you. So I'm like, all right, cool. Okay. Like, so that's like the only song outside of console games that's like that focus on video games.
Yeah, because just to elaborate on that, like, what people may not understand is that, yes, I go heavy into the video game bar stuff because that's just typically what I enjoy to do, because I enjoy the challenge of trying to make that work in my music. But it's something that I never really required of any of my artists. Right. Like, it's just the main thing about MSM is that we're people who love music, but we also love video games as well. Right. So like, that's where the MSM collaborative comes from. But I never require my artists to actually do the video game bar stuff like I do. It's just that a lot of them will do that because they also love doing that as well. But it's never been like a stone cold requirement of anybody. So when he asked me that, I was like, bro, I brought you on just because you can rap, bro. That's why I brought you. Like, I wanted to work with you because I think you're dope. You know what I'm saying? So like, I want you to do what you've been doing, because that's the reason why, you're here with MSM, because you were already doing the thing. Like, I already respected you as an artist. So I'm like, I'm just glad that I get to be a part of the process now.
Yeah. And so that's where change number one happened with the album, because there were there were like 3 or 4 songs already done that was so video game focused and also anime focused, which we'll hear later on. Spirit Gun changed drastically because it was supposed to come from a point of being Yusuke, and I flipped it to where I still left some references to like Yu Yu Hakusho, but still kind of kept it in the ball house as far as me and MSM. So, but to go into Steel Country, for those that don't know, I'm from Alabama. Like, I'm from Enterprise, Alabama. I've been born and raised. Even though I was a military brat, majority of my life has been in Alabama. And I was primarily raised by my grandparents. So this was kind of like getting back into the bag, just kind of talking about that, which gets back into the whole Rebirth thing of, this is like an introduction of people that don't know me or hasn't listened to my music that subscribes to MSM, right? So when I got into this and having this conversation about doing the song with myself, we were heavy on Shabuzi, listening to the Tipsy song, like constantly listening to it in the car. Everywhere we went, it was like, oh, we got to throw on Shabuzi. And then listening to his other music. So his song was just constantly stuck in my head. So I came up with this beat by taking the intro, like the beginning of the song, he's playing the guitar and you can hear it and there's not much going on. So it makes it very easy to clip. And so I took his guitars and I just chopped them up and then just add my own extra sauce on it to make this song, and then also use that Tipsy song as a reference. So if you listen to the intro or not the intro, but if you listen to the hook, where I'm starting to sing Steel Country and you start hearing the clapping and people talking in the back, go listen to the Tipsy song. It's the same thing he does in his hook as well, of, doing, the song where there's people chanting in the back, like he's in the bar, country bar, singing and doing whatever with that and hearing people sing along with them. So it's a lot of, inspiration coming from the Tipsy song that led to this, but it was also a good tie-in because I'm from the country, for real.
Nice.
All right, y'all ready?
Get it.
Everybody ready? Let's go.
Sir. One of my favorite songs on the album, by the way.
This song gets stuck in my head, Jack.
I'm about to say, this is surprising to me. This is supposed to be a throwaway.
Oh, no.
No skip so far. That much I will say.
I'll bring the acoustic on the next stream. Don't worry about it.
Man, I've been a country boy, even though I've been from that state to state. When it comes to what I eat, it's whole cake that's up on my plate. Used to ride around in that yard on that custom go-kart, lawnmower engine, but either way, man, it played the part. I hooping while the homies smoking on them backwoods, opposite of the same coin, but man, it's all good. We just being kids when we running reckless off in the woods. Couldn't tell us nothing, now we out here living good. Hooping in the streets until the cars start flying by, staring at the ones you don't know like it was a drive. I knew everybody on the street, so no reason to ask why. Shit ain't nobody important. Now it's back to being AI. Biking from house to house, either hooping or we out flipping. 20 bites up in there, y'all. My grandparents was never tripping. 16 years since I moved away, but this still my home pimping. Most don't know where I'm from, but from time to time my twang get slipping. Yeah, I'm still country. 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 Yeah, I'm 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 a country boy coming straight up out that Coffee County. Reppin' Coppinville. Yeah, I scream that shit that proudly. Dr. Umar would hate the fact that most my people playing snow. If you from the country, man, you already know the way it goes. Them snow bunnies will have you dripping different. She might even have you made homie listed as a dependent. Man, we ain't tripping. It might be real or just a lifestyle. Either way, you better pray that most don't live just a profile. Missy and Caprices with that John Deere paint job. Most are known to keep it classic cause them boys quick to rob. But the men I know really know how to handle problems. Quick to use that steel to make you steal like they loop hobbs. Man, the country can be sweet like a Southern belle, or can chew you up and spit you out and send you straight to jail. Either way, we all find a way to truly excel. That's why when you see me, I always take time to go and yell. Yeah, I'm still country. 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 Yeah, I'm 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 country. Yeah, you know I'm country. Yeah, you know I'm country. Yeah, I'm still 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 country. Yeah, you know I'm 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 country. Yeah, you know I'm. Yeah, you know I'm. Yeah, you know I'm.
Yeah, man.
So, as a
That's at the
Georgia
top of the
boy,
list for me.
as a
Yes.
Georgia boy, this is going
Yeah.
clearly in the cooking and
Yeah.
gourmet.
This make me
Yeah.
want to fry some chicken. I'm telling you right now.
Yes,
This
sir.
make me want to fry some chicken.
Southern fried chicken, man, for real.
Brother,
Listen,
man.
I'm not country, and I
No,
feel like
not.
this. I feel like this is going into stirring the pot music. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Yeah.
All day.
Yes, sir. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
honestly,
telling-
this was interesting because I remember what's funny about this too. I mentioned early on that you can catch me eating hoe cake, and most people have no clue what hoe cake is.
No,
Like my wife was like, hoe cake? What the hell is hoe cake? So I took her so I took her down to my grandparents' house. And my grandmother always, as soon as she hit the door, she was like, I already know what you want for breakfast. You want hoe cake and sausage. I'm like, oh yeah, you already know what time it is. And so my wife was like, what? Like it just looks like a big biscuit. I was like, oh, yeah, pretty much that's what it is.
Yeah, I truly appreciate that line because, like, I'm from Virginia and my family is from South Carolina, North Carolina.
Okay.
So I got a lot of that, and now I live in Texas. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm just country all the way around. So
Yeah.
when I heard this joint, I was like, that is my anthem right there.
Yes, sir.
All right,
I,
so
I never forget when I first heard the album originally because he sent it to me before release just to for me to go through everything and give him my opinion on it. He was so shocked at how much I really enjoyed that song, and I'm
Oh,
like,
I loved
bro,
it.
sometimes it's always those ones that you never expect that
Super
always
simple,
come through and slap. Like those the ones that always do it. It's always gonna be that way for you, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to
me, it was
Shabuzi,
the
man.
hook. The hook.
Like, is that just a thing though? Can we talk about that real quick? Is that like so as a creator, right? And I know I've seen this myself, but I think I've had this conversation with other people before too. When you hear it and you're working on it, and then you have the final mix, it never really sounds right to you. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what that thing is or whatever. But then other people hear it, and then you go from there. And then once you hear it again, and especially with the context of the entire album together, then you understand the entire project, and it sounds way better than you thought it did.
For sure.
It's good. Yeah, it's good to have like another ear that you trust, especially like throughout the process, because it makes you, like you're so into it, you're so like deep into making it. That's good to just have that other ear,
Oh yeah, I mean that happens to me all the time. Like by the time I'm finished with an album, there's a couple songs on there I'm just like, I don't know. And then either like I'll send it to the team and they'll be like, nah, keep that on there. Or my wife would be like, are you crazy? You not taking that song off of there? Like that is my favorite song. I'm like, what? And it's always those ones that you think are not the ones. It's just like that's not it. That's not.
Oh
it.
yeah, for sure. Like I had gotten sick and tired of the song. Like I heard it so much. But yeah, it was dope to keep it on here. But this definitely goes into my cooking mix for sure. Like I
cooking
created
mix.
this
2000% cooking.
Like I said, as soon as I heard this, I wanted to fry some chicken. I was like,
Southern fried chicken.
Southern fried chicken. Yeah, I want that deep fried. I think I feel like the deep fryer for this joint. Like,
I'm gonna have to add a playlist. This is definitely gonna be that part of that long drive too.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
Road trip. Yeah.
Yeah,
Road trip. Yep.
Yeah, but to me, it was the hook.
Oh yeah.
The hook and the beat drop.
Yep.
You know, I struggled, and I think TJ, we just talked about this. I am horrible with hooks. Like they take for freaking ever. Like their songs I have right now, I won't release because I don't have a hook for them. They have two verses, no hook, because I have no clue what the hook is going to be.
Yeah.
And this one, I was like, just keep repeating yourself. Fuck it. Like, just keep see
But
what happens.
because the beat's so repetitive, it works. You know what I mean? Like it's fine. Like you can't help but sing it with it. You know?
And those anthems are usually all those songs that are easily repeatable by other people. Like anybody can, once that part of the song comes on, everybody's going to be saying, "Yeah, I'm still country. Yeah, I'm still country." The rest of it, they might not be able to keep up with because you be going. But like that hook, I got the hook. If I ain't got nothing else,
brings it all
back.
The hook. Yeah, brings it all back.
So
audience participation for the win.
Yeah, it's so funny because me and Action Jack are so opposites when it comes to that, because like the hook is usually like boom. Once I get the hook immediately, and then later on I gotta be like, all right, I gotta struggle to get the verses out. So it's cool working with him because we kind of like fill out each other's weaknesses, man.
For sure. I guess that's where we're kin then, because immediately for me, the first time I hear the beat, period, verse, like straight up, and then hook is tough. If the song is good enough though, sometimes it'll just come out.
But, for sure.
Yeah, but a lot of the times, that's probably the toughest part to get going.
It's funny you say that too. It's funny you say that, Shadow Fox, because the song that we did together, the Combo Breaker joint.
Yep.
I wrote the hook to that before I even thought about a verse. The hook was and as soon as I came up with the fact that it was like a Killer Instinct joint, I was like, who can I get to do? I was like, Shadow Fox.
Oh yeah. That's the only person you're calling.
Yeah. Like by the time you sent me your verse, I had just finished my verse, but the hook was already done. So like I'm the exact opposite of that.
Man, nice. I think I wanted that song to be 9 minutes, but I couldn't do that. I was like, look, man, he already got parts of it laid out. I'm just gonna.
Still one of my favorite joints to this day, though. Still one of my favorite joints.
Crushed it.
That one still threw me off. I was like, hold on, what? I was like, Shadow.
Because I remember when I started doing stuff with TJ, and then Shadow was up. He's like, "Oh, you guys doing this stuff?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm getting you on a song, man." So I hooked him up with TJ, and that's it. Classic.
Yep, classic, man.
All right, so what we got next? All right, so Jack, how you want to do this? So Spirit Gun is the next one we're gonna be listening to. You want to go through 5, 6, and 7 right quick?
Yeah. So You Can't F With Me was Kendrick Lamar's fault. We were like that was his fault solely because
I can hear Drake yourself.
Yeah, like I went and did I have this beat already before him and Drake got started? I think I did. I think I had this beat already, and it just West Coast vibes over and over. So I was like, when Kendrick got kicked off with this Drake beef, West Coast woke up, and so it was all over the place. So I'm like, yeah, I got to do like a West Coast joint to see if I can pull it off. Cole Hunter and Bar Fiesta, those two are just pure lyrical. Like if you're into lyrics, play those two, because Cole Hunter came. I was doing like the verse for Cole Hunter. I didn't even have the name of the song yet. If anybody's familiar with like DAW systems, 9 times out of 10, they'll give you loops for free. Like most of them give you loops for free, and quite a bit of them. So the hook for this was a loop that I found on Logic. And so I'm like, okay, sounds cool. And then I heard her, Cold Like Ice, I Chill. I was like, oh, Cole Hunter, let's just go with it. Like, and I just ran off of that. So it was like, all right, cool. This will be a nice little reference. And then also too, if you hear in the beginning, the guitar, I was still on the whole Shabuzi thing at the time. So this and Still Country got made around the same time. So I was still doing that. Bar Fiesta was done. Oh shoot. Bar Fiesta was done like a year ago. At least the first verse was done a year. Cause I don't know if you remember, TJ, I sent this to you and Sound of Rain.
Oh yeah.
I let y'all hear the first verse of it. I didn't have a second. And I remember dreading a second verse because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna pull this off as far as the second verse. And the way I pulled off the second verse, I was listening to the beat and I was like, I have to put this on the album because it's just sitting here. And the first verse is crazy. The way I came up with the second verse, watching Cartoon Network. And I was like, oh, we're just going to play off of that. So that's what this ain't no regular show, lollipop head ass niggas. And so it was just kept going with Cartoon Network stuff.
I was wondering where that tied in there. I caught a lot of that. I'm like, is he just doing a Cartoon Network verse?
It just
hey man, it worked for MF Doom, so why not?
Yeah, you Cowardly Dog showing courage, bravo. It just kept going with the Cartoon Network references. So that was once again me scrolling or me watching something, and it's like, all right, there's no true subject matter. This is just one of my braggadocious type songs that go along with it. But going into Spirit Gun, I am a huge fan of Yu Yu Hakusho. Bro. My son can tell you I've watched that anime at least 2,000 times, and it's like a ritual at this point to watch it. Now, granted, while I have watched it all the way through, we always start at the Dark Tournament. Always.
That's the best way to start. That's the best way to start.
Always. That's like don't get it twisted. I love Taguru. I understand the relevance of the beginning of how he became a spirit detective.
Yeah, forget all that.
Forget all that. We're going straight into the tournament with all the demons, everything. Like that's where we get for real into it. So I had at that time I was doing my Control Chaos album. The Control Chaos album was supposed to be fully video games, and that was after I had first worked with TJ. And I was like, oh, I think I can do that. I think I can do what he's doing as far as like always doing the video game stuff. But that became like a half and half because I kind of put some songs to the side, and this was one of them. So there's a beat switch in here. So I had the second part of the song, the 2 verses were already done. Once again, no hook. But then I forgot I had this beat, so I made another one. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't have something for Yu Yu Hakusho. So when I went through and I was like, okay, I'm gonna call it Spirit Gun. They was like, oh, you already got something called Spirit Gun. I'm like, do. So then I listened to it. I was like, oh shit, I just merged them together. Like that's what I didn't know. So it was one of those things of like, all right, bet I'll merge them together. They're both coming from the same place. They just have different beats, and I approach them a little bit different from each side. And yeah, that's how Spirit Gun was born. And this was also another one that was supposed to, go into that bag after me and TJ had the conversation about how I was going to approach being on the team. It was going to be, I was going to go very video game and anime focus. And that's how this one got started. But then I think it was actually the entire song had to be redone because I took a lot of Yusuke. I took a lot of Dark Angel. I left some of that in there, but you'll hear me say like I'm going for 7 Grammy nominations, but or 7, what was it? Something about seven Grammys or whatever I was talking about. But I was talking about 7 personalities, which anybody that watched it, Dark Angel has 7 personalities in there. So like there's so many references in here, and I had to switch a lot of them.
And I caught every last one of them because Yu Yu Hakusho is actually my favorite anime of all time.
For sure.
Like, that is right here. One anime. So,
yes, sir. That is Dragon Ball.
As soon as I saw that title, I was like, if this is a Yu Yu Hakusho song, this dude is goated. Yeah, and I listened to it, and I was like, "Yep, that's why." That's why I had to have him on the team. I had to get him. Like I had to.
Yes, sir.
To be fair, that's in my top 5. Yu Yu Hakusho is in my top 5.
Yeah, been my favorite since I was a little boy.
Yeah, me too.
I love you.
Them late Toonami nights, for sure, man.
Midnight Run.
Yeah, Midnight Run. Yeah.
I will say I was highly, highly disappointed with those OVOs, but nonetheless, the series itself is good. The movie's cool. It's just the voice, like they changed the voice actors.
Different voice actors throw it completely off.
Yeah, because they didn't use the team out of Canada. They used the other team, and that was just not cool.
Yeah,
that usually doesn't end up well when they change the voice.
So the Poltergeist Report, you have to watch in Japanese because they at least kept the same voice actor for that. Thank God. But y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right.
Look at.
Got that sample right there.
Man, you see me vibing with the whole damn team, running with the realest round. Yeah, we here to get that cream, Now you know, boy, we here extra clean when we hit them with that spirit gun. That shit there like a beam, Yeah. When you see the crew step up on the scene, understand this is your last day, man. It's not a dream. Now they try to take me out once again, but I told you, my boy, this right here will never ever end. I was only 14 dream when I first shot off the rhyme scheme. Didn't know at first, but with proper training, I was always destined to do things. Music chasing wasn't in my future, but I became the boogeyman that crept up in your dreams. Running with them different things, yeah, you already know what I mean. But I'm always on your head, ready to relieve your pressure like I'm Sudafed. This rap land right here, it's my homestead. Been in it secretly for a minute, so I'm welfare. Got with the team whose brand that was widespread. Came in humble, never came with a big head. Too smooth to ever catch me slipping. Now let it get a flow like I'm pimping. Time to take this to the next level with this hard work while you're out here Kool-Aid sipping. I got my, yeah. I got my, yeah. I got my, yeah. I got my, I got the spirit gun, I'm shooting at these negative to good bros. With the work I'm putting in, I need on my De Niro. If you can't find a real one, check my senses bureau. Living proof that even underdogs can be the heroes. You can see I'm not worried about this cake, bro. I'm only concerned to take care of my seeds and my keiko. Take advantage of either, I suggest your boys to lay low. I don't mind showing you how these hands holding all my ammo. I only want the real around, so forget them bozos. Need positive energy, that's what I just really live for. Beating on these demon heads just like it's a bongo. Dark Angel, want that beef, alright, then let's go in that pronto. I got them seats, but I ain't really talking about the kendo. If you really want these hands, then we can go have that combo. When I step up on the scene, you know I be the big show. Keep playing games and I have to hit you with every death blow. Yeah, I got my spirit gun. Every time they see me, man, they know that I'm a real one. Yeah, I got my spirit gun. Positivity is what I shoot and never fear none. Yeah, I got my spirit gun. Every time they see me, man, they know that I'm a real one. Yeah, I got my spirit gun. Positivity is what I shoot and never fear. See, I don't mean to be cocky, but it's time for me to chime in. Rap detective is my guy, giving hymen. Yeah, it's just me and the crew with that epic flying into that rap tournament and won by design, man. My life is what they want from me, but you know they bound to cheat. I suspect they loving me. Yeah, you know that's tongue in cheek. Now it's time for me to make my fist hit you in your cheek, put you on your buns and make sure that you all sleep for weeks. Yeah. This is how we move around the town, boy. They love when Team MSM start making all that sound, boy. You know it's always time for me to put in work and clown, boy. The hope will give you all that word. Y'all some straight clowns, boy. The latest attempt on my life was a disaster. 7 Grammy nominations, what I'm going after. I'm always on demon time and odds don't matter. I take on anyone and proceed to brag about it after. Yeah, I got my spirit gun. Every time they see me, man, they know that I'm a real one. Yeah, I got my spirit gun. Positivity is what I shoot and never fear none. Yeah, I got my spirit gun. Every time they see me, man, they know that I'm a real one. Yeah, I got my spirit gun. Positivity is what I shoot and never fear none. Yeah, I got my spirit gun. Every time they see me, man, they know that I'm a real one. Yeah, I got my spirit gun. Positivity is what I shoot and never fear none. Yeah, I got my spirit gun. Every time they see me, man, they know that I'm a real one. Yeah, I got my spirit gun. Positivity is what I shoot and never fear none.
Nice.
Okay, that was nice. Zodia does have a question for you, Jack. What was the sample?
For which side? Because they're two different songs. Like,
that transition was immaculate for me.
Yeah, that was smooth. Sorry.
That transition.
Can we run it back? Just run it back one more time.
That transition was interesting because I didn't know how I was gonna piece them together. And I don't know, like I was just doing something and I got my just kind of came up to hype up the next transition. And TJ will tell you, like I've been mentioning for a while, I don't know if I want to get me a record player or not to just do scratching or just find somebody that knows how to scratch. I have quite a few songs that would sound so much better if I had scratching in them. So
agreed.
I found that sample for the scratching like on YouTube somewhere, and I just used that. But as far as like the first beat, of course, you can hear it in the beginning. That's Yu Yu Hakusho, like
Hakusho, like that's the, before battle themes.
That's what's we call this theme? That's
is that not because like da 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 da, because it's like right before he goes into a fight within the Dark tournament. So and then the second one, I think it's either, don't let me lie, I would say it's either a piano sample that was on Logic, or either that was genuinely me doing something on the piano. Because I'll tell you, first and foremost, I cannot play the piano, save my life, but I know how to catch a beat and make it sound good.
Sequence it up.
Yeah, I know how to sequence it up well. So I'll just play it now. Will it be probably out of tune and not noted? For sure, 100%. But it's like, for sure. But it sounds good. But yeah.
So let me ask you, Jack, because I'm gonna tell you what mix this is actually going to go into, and y'all can feel free to answer this too. Now, the song as a whole is hot. I like both sides. Which one do you think is tighter to you? Which one do you think is hotter to you?
The second.
Okay.
The first one, the reason why I say the second one, solely because that one felt better and I was able to get 2 verses off of that one and it just felt good. The first one, while you can tell that it has a Yu Yu Hakusho sample in it, I wasn't sure if I wanted to give it a second verse and start off the same way of like doing the whole slowness and then going to the speed up. I was dreading doing a second verse with that beat. Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why, and I'll tell you what my mix I'm gonna put this in. The reason why I asked you is because I think you're gonna have to look deep on this one. You're gonna have to look real deep on this one. This for me is going into it's Nintendo's fault mix.
Elaborate. Okay. Go deeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go deeper. Pause.
So Nintendo's fault.
Game key card. The song. That's
So
we might have a song, ladies and gentlemen.
I think there's 2 prominent times of Nintendo, right? That we've had. We've had the pre-Wii U or the pre-Wii era and the post-Wii era, right?
Yeah.
So the pre-Wii era was battling with power, if you will. So that's the first part of the song, right?
Okay.
Then you got the second part. Now, if you can remind me and the rest of the chat, if you go back a little bit, what was the tongue-in-cheek line? If you can go back a little bit.
Oh yeah, it was like they want from me. They want my life from me. What was it? Dang, I'm
my life from me.
Now you know that's. Oh yeah, I suspect they're loving me. Yeah, I suspect they loving me. Now you know that's tongue in cheek. So,
and what is the hook on this?
I got my spirit gun. Every time you see me, man, you know that I'm a real one.
Huh.
Got my spirit.
Okay.
Positivity is what I should have never.
All right. I see what you're doing.
No, I didn't think about it, but you could use that positivity line as also a reference to when Yusuke was in the demon tournament.
Yeah,
and he was shooting off his spirit gun, but then he interlaced his spirit energy with the demon energy.
With the demon energy, yeah. Okay.
It's like reinforcing the positivity.
All right, Sandstorm, you step that. You step that.
I don't want to put into the obscure playlist. I see.
Mine was going
fight mix.
Mine was going fight mix about to snap. So that's where mine was going.
Yeah, fight for me.
Because I just want to do some jogging when I hear that joint.
I got deep into the references. I'm like, huh.
Yeah, because there was so many. I was trying to find a way to flip, and because at the end, when I was like, to punch you in your cheek, or what was it, to laugh about it after, or joke about it after, it was to beat Kuwabara's ass after. Like that was what it was supposed to be, and then I had to find a way to flip it. But yeah, it was so much more, man. It was so much more. This was a Yusuke reference heavy song.
Oh yeah.
Cool. That's cool though.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Now I'm expecting the Hiei song.
Brother.
I'm expecting the Darkness Flame.
Yeah, I need that Darkness Flame.
The Darkness Flame, I have to find a way to tie the the black tape into that as well. Because the chapter black tape, because you remember he was trying to hunt it down.
Yeah.
So I gotta figure out, and that in itself could be a deep song, because if y'all remember, that tape was reality. Like what they were talking about was real deal, and they just they kept it light, but yeah, it was real deal.
But you know what they was talking about, though.
Oh yeah, I already know what they was talking about.
You know exactly what was going on. If you do that, I need to be on that one.
That's a deep one. That's a deep cut for sure.
Yeah, I need to be on that one.
Appreciate you, sis. Zap Crystal.
Hey, man.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
so Hiei will probably be my favorite character out of that whole.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. If you're doing a Hiei track, I'm in. I'm all in.
I actually like Kuwabara. Except I didn't like him in the last arc, but I did like him going in the first two. Because in the first
he had his moments. He had
his moments. Like, he dumb, but he he's stupid. He's dumb as all hell. But I'm like,
that first time he pulled the spirit sword, it was just I was like, oh snap! Like, okay,
like,
all right.
This dude, like, he really is about that life, all right. But yeah, no, yeah, like, he does deserve his own track.
Well, that's gonna be it. We might have to get deep with that one. I'm gonna have to go into the deep bag because, like I said, I got to reference the Chapter Black tape with that one.
Yeah, let's go.
Man.
All right, let's see. So we got up next. Let's see. We got your console games up next. So Come My Way, and you already talked about Convo. So
yeah, I already spoke about Convo. So Come My Way. I mean, I think me and TJ are in the same bag. Anytime you have an opportunity to make a song about your girl, I found a way to do it.
It's my bread and butter.
Yeah, like this was an easy track to do. I had this one just kind of sitting to the side. But ultimately, one like keynote about this, the singer on it is yet another loop that I just kind of pieced together in the right way, and then I filled in some of the empty spots because I couldn't get it to work out. But I originally was going to come to Zap for this hook.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, I was going to come to Zap with this hook because initially I didn't have anything for it, but then when I heard the sample, I was like, all right, cool, I can piece it together, I can make it sound like something, and it already sounds good. And I was like, okay, do I want Zap to say exactly what she's saying, or do I want her to come up with a hook? Because if I come to you with a hook, don't expect me to have any ideas. I'm expecting you to
go. I'm literally asking you.
Figure it out because I don't have
I'm in desperate need of your help.
So yeah, I was gonna reach out to Zap for this one, but I had already reached out to her on the Key to My Heart joint, and her and Tokai, man, I can't wait to talk about that one. Because I mean, we're not listening to it, but man, how that track came together was amazing, and it couldn't have been done without those two. But yeah, my key thing on this was, to reach out and talk to my wife. But at the same time, Zap was supposed to be on the hook for this one, but I just never reached out to her about it.
Okay, all right. And we already heard about the console part. So
yeah,
console games too. Now this is Jack and TJ.
Yes, sir. So this song, like we said, when it comes down to gaming, if I'm doing a gaming song, that's the first person I reach out to. Like, it just makes sense because that man has references for freaking days with when it comes down to games in general. And then sometimes listening to his songs, I'm like, what game is it? Like, oh, okay. I just, some games I just don't know. So listening to him and then getting into these songs make it a little bit easier. Now, as far as like the hook for this one, and you're gonna hear this a lot throughout this album, but the hook for this one, I decided to sing this one myself, but I initially had yet another loop on here, but the guy was saying playing games, and so I was like, okay, well, that wouldn't, I don't want to do that, so let's just go with console games. And so whenever I did that and had the idea, I was like, okay, what is one of my favorite systems? And while yes, PS2 is up there as one of my favorite systems, Dreamcast was the first system I bought with my own money. Like, got like birthday money, and I was a frequent visitor to both Blockbuster and the pawn shop, because we had a pawn shop that was down the street from the house that I would just hop on my bike and just ride to almost daily throughout the summer just to see what they had.
Nice.
Couldn't afford nothing in there, but it was like just to see what they had. So at this time, once again, I wasn't in the know about gaming news at all. So when I showed up at the pawn shop this time around with my money, they had the Dreamcast in there, they had Marvel's Capcom 2 in there, they had Ready to Rumble Volume 2 in there. They had so many games that were just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I can buy all of this for $100. So I was like, all right,
nice.
Bet. Fast forward, not realizing Marvel's Capcom 2 was going to be $100+.
Yeah.
Not even close to understanding what was going along with it. But coming home with that console, playing it, loving every bit of it. Then on top of that, realizing like the games that I had when I started going to school, there were people that will like reach out and like, oh, what games do you have? And I tell them what games I had. It was like, hey, you want, like 3 games for one? Like, why would you even do that? Like, I'm not stupid. Like, why would you do that? This is where I got introduced to the people burning those games. So I was like, all right, well, I guess. And so I end up trading, like, I think it was I think I had what game was it? I forget what game it was that I had, but I end up trading to get NBA 2K2, 18-wheeler, and Project School Rivals. I ended up getting.
That was good.
So he gave me all of those, and they were just on these discs with the white cover, and he wrote the name on there. And I was like, man, this better work. Get home, and I put it in there. I was like, oh snap, we can do this. So then after that, I end up moving with my mom, and my mom was stationed in Augusta, Georgia at the time. So this was my first introduction to flea markets. So we went to the flea market, and this dude had a whole table full of games, and he had like a small Bluetooth TV with the Dreamcast connected to it, so that way you could see if it ran before you bought it. And he was charging $1 for each game.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so you can just go and clean up, and still it wasn't clicking. Like, why were people doing this? And then later I found out, the Dreamcast was dead. So I was like, and then you'll hear in the song at the end, I was like, PlayStation 2 came and took over the whole block. Like, that was just what it was. Like, we were enjoying the game, like playing House of the Dead with the keyboard, and we had the Sega Bass Fishing that we fell in love with, and the VMUs with Sonic, doing Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2 of raising your childs and all that stuff. So we were having a blast. And then next thing you know, one of my homeboys up the street was like, oh, we got PS2 now. And then I got NBA Street. All right, well, Dreamcast, you go to the side of that pimp. Let's go. And once again, it took over the whole block.
So what you're telling me is this going into is Sony's fault mix.
100%. Like,
yes, 100%.
This one goes in the Sony's fault mix because the Dreamcast only got put down because the PS2 hit like wildfire.
Yeah,
it was so good. Dreamcast was so good, though,
bro. Because I had a PlayStation, but my grandparents didn't have a lot of money, but I was like the first grandchild from one of his biological kids. So I'm not the oldest grandchild, but I'm the first one from his biological daughter. So anything, I was like, man, can I get that? He's like, boy, that's too much money. And I'll keep pestering him. And next thing you know, he'll show up with it. So we had a PlayStation, but he ain't buy no games. You had to relent on rentals and demo discs. I played the hell out of Crash Bandicoot demo discs. Like, it's level 1 over. I love those demo discs that used to come through the mail on those magazines, bro. Like, I love them. So
in the clutch.
So this would definitely fall in the playlist of it's Sony's fault.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, let's listen to it.
Made me think of the daggone Pizza Hut demo disc too.
Oh, real quick, just also when Action Jack sent me this joint, because by the time he sent me this song, the song was pretty much already done. He was just like, put a verse on it. Yeah. So after I listened to his verse and I saw what he was doing with basically his gaming history with the Dreamcast, I was like, all right, well, if that's what he's gonna do, I'm gonna take the same route. And I did the same thing, but with my favorite console of all time, the Super Nintendo. So I went through and just like, all right, you want to talk about the best console? It's like kind of me like, oh, you talk about the Dreamcast. Well, let me tell you about the real best console, the Super Nintendo. And let me tell you all the reasons why I think the Super Nintendo was better. So that's kind of how I attack my verse.
Killed it. There's a part in the song, and I'll talk about it after, but there's a part in the song that when he started hitting certain parts of it, I was like, oh, he killed it. And come to find out, he was like, he struggled with it. Because him and Zap both was like, oh, I struggle with the songs you sent me. Like, it don't sound like it. But all in all,
the production is something that's a little out of my wheelhouse. This is not a beat that I would typically rap to. So I kind of had to find my own way to make it work. But I like the way it came out.
All right. Let's check it out then.
Console gang. You know we love console gang. You know we love console gang.
As a youngin', I dreamed about the games I would play. Then came Dreamcast. Best purchase I made from that pawn shop. Man, that system was straight gas. From Ready to Rumble to Power Stone, I was always known to kick gas. No hit girl, but Space Channel 5, ooh la la, was a straight blast. Always ready for my next adventure. From Sonic the Rival School, me and my cousins always loved that action adventure. Chaos is what we was looking for, but Mr. Ichimaji was known to injure. Life was great when you had a homie or two with some bangers that they could just lend. splendid. Never was a big spender, but every Friday Blockbuster put me on my next contender. Marvel vs. Capcom was up the bat before I even knew about the Avengers. You can see where I was going next when we whipping and swinging them crazy taxis. Now you hear me screaming in this lift room until my voice got raspy. Can't forget about them sports when we talking 2K. From NBA to NFL, NHL, boy, we do it all day. I remember loving these games and taking my time playing around the clock. Then Sony came with that PlayStation 2, dog, and took over the whole block.
Console game. You know we love console game. Console game. You know we love console game. Console game.
Oh, Jack, you know I gotta give you some of this.
You know we love console game.
Let's go. T, J, the game. If you want to talk about consoles, then let's talk about the best. In my eyes, there is no debate. It's the S and the yes. So let me list them all off in case you don't believe. The best Mortal Kombat, UMK3, Killer Instinct, Super Star Wars, Flashback to Quest for Identity, Madden, NFL, 94. Soul Blazer, Jungle Strike, not enough to let me give you more. I'ma hop in the Mario Kart in first place, and maybe after that some rock and roll racing. DKC, 1 through 3, Turtles in Time, TMNT. I'm on fire. I guess that's that NBA jam. In the Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, that's obvious if you know who I am. Mario Paint music maker was lit. Chrono Trigger, you know that is my shit. Even more RPGs like FF5, 96, we got NBA Live. So many good games, hard to decide. Maybe Pilot Wings, now that's Superfly. Super Double Dragon, Mega Man X, Earthworm Jim, still so many games left.
Console game. You know we love console game. Console game. You know we love console game. Console game. You know we love console game. Console game. You know we love console game.
Nintendo's fault, yeah.
I'm definitely going Sony's fault on this one for sure. But
can we say EA's fault, though?
I cannot believe y'all left out Shaq.
They took Madden off Dreamcast.
Shaq.
So it's EA's fault.
I can't believe y'all left out Shaq.
Shaq. Michael Jordan, Legend of Windy City.
So two things, right? The part that caught me immediately, and Shadow referenced it in the chat when he went FF5 in 96, we had NBA Live like that with him having the reverb behind it too. I was like, geez. And he just kept going with Mario Paint music maker was lit. Chrono Trigger, man, you know that's my shit. Like it's just he kept hitting on every part about it. And
Super Nintendo's a GOAT, man. So
if you ever want to hear something amazing, there's this producer. His name is John Makes Beats. His channel is called John Makes Beats. He just sampled Mario Paint. And
Mario Paint?
So what he does is he gets his NPC. He has an NPC X, and he plugs it up to his NPC, and he just goes through and plays the game, and he'll sample the sounds, and he'll just put it together, and then he'll throw some stuff over it, like melodies over it himself. But he's solid because he killed Metal Gear Solid. That was still one of my favorite, and Apex Escape. He smashed it.
I think I saw that video. If I'm not mistaken.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
Yeah.
I watched all those ones you were talking about.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I need somebody to do Megalomania from Live Alive.
Oh, put it in his chat because he's been in that bag right now. Like he typically doesn't do the video game stuff, but since it took off, that's what he's been doing. So he's been taking requests for sure.
Gotcha. So Zap had a question. Zap, I'm sorry I missed it. My bad. Everybody.
Okay.
What would you consider to be your pocket, whether it's writing verse/bars within a theme, or you just freestyle with whatever mood you feel? My what I would consider to be my pocket really is writing verses and bars to themes. Like my wife was asking me this question. She was like, okay, you criticize yourself a lot. Like she'll hear me before I like put the desk out here in the room. We cleared out a closet for that to be my studio. So she'll hear me. Like I'll be going through something, I can't figure something out. I'm like, shit, that's stupid. Fix it. You can't read. Like I'm in here just beating myself up, just trying to, because sometimes I'll have something written and I'll just won't say the words. I'm like, what am I doing? So I have to get back and do the takeover. But somebody can send me a song with a theme already, and all I gotta do is add a verse. That feature gets cleaned up like that immediately.
Oh yeah, I can co-sign that
instantly.
Yeah,
because are easy. Like, and I think Wayne said the same thing.
For sure.
Features are so freaking easy because it's like you did half the work for me. You picked the beat, you laid a verse, and you got a thing.
I just gotta plug in. That's it.
That's all I gotta do.
Yeah.
Just tell me how long I can go.
For console games, that was pretty much it. Like I said, he sent the song, and he already had the theme. Like we talk about video games. I'm like, oh man, like this is just a layup for me. So like let me just go through my Super Nintendo library real quick, and I'm just gonna list them off. Boom, that's the verse.
Cool.
So like that was an easy layup. So having a theme really does make things so much easier. And Jack is 100% right, because we recently started working on the next arcade album, which is an album that we do with the whole Master Sword music team all together. And I was just sending him tracks, and it was just that within the same day or the next day, he was sending back verses. I'm like, this dude
crazy.
Like, and people think I'm crazy. Like the group be like, TJ, he be going too hard. But I'm like, actually, Jack might be the only person I think that can actually keep up with me at the pace that I go. So like, having that theme definitely makes it a lot easier. And like sometimes I will do tracks where I'm just going at it. But I think my pocket is like having that theme first. And if I got that theme, it's just it's a good day after that.
Yeah, if I got a theme, I can easily give you 3 or 4 songs in a day. Like if I gotta just freestyle it, like she was saying, just coming up with something, that song could take me all freaking day.
Especially on a feature, because with the feature, like you want to fit into the song, you want to enhance, what he's saying. Right. So to me, that always makes it easier. And I feel like it do better stuff when you have that template laid out to you.
Yeah. I feel like if somebody told me, you know, just say anything on the track, and be like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Or I would say, let me hear the beat first and hear what you wrote. And then I'll come up with something. But yeah,
exactly.
So, even with Sandstorm, right? Because like we're not gonna go into all this pressure because we didn't know you were gonna come on or not. But I saw that you said you're getting ready to bounce. But to explain that one, so this is one thing with Sandstorm, man. We're also working on a mixtape right now. Right. So I don't know if this is something he wants me to do, but I automatically have it in my brain. I respect what Sandstorm does in his personal time, right? As a deacon. And I respect it so much so that any beat he sends me, I don't curse on it. I don't talk anything reckless or anything like that. So whenever I told him I was going to send him a song, I had a feeling that you thought it was something outside of your bag or outside of the realm. But I was like, no, trust me on this one. I said, trust me, it's in your bag. Like, trust me. And so when I sent it to him, he's like, oh yeah, cool. I'm not gonna take you out your comfort zone. Like, I don't do that with anybody. So when I thought about the song, because it was supposed to be him and Switchbit, and I know Switchbit just went heavy into his faith as well. So it was like, all right, cool. I'm getting in that as well with myself. You know, we just start back attending church like a couple months ago, being a part of church and everything. So I was like, I need something like that because that's what's happening currently, you know. And when I reached out to him, I was like, this is for you. And he was like, I'll do it because it's for you, Jack. And I think he was like grimacing because it was like one of the, like something that wasn't in there. But I was like, nope, this is in your bag. And he's like, oh, cool. I got my verse written. I'm cool. I'm good.
Yeah. I was like, you know, and I think you sent it to me first. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I think when I finally like listened to it, I think I might have messaged you like the next day or something like that. Not too much longer. And I was like, yeah, I already got it done. And then I realized then, like, as I like recorded it, I was like, wait a minute, there's a whole nother 16 here. What am I gonna do? Well, I guess I gotta go back and write some more. So I'm like, Jack, it's like 32 on here. And he's like, yeah. I was like,
okay. Oh, yeah, Jack is famous for that. He is famous for giving you a long verse, man. Like, he will do that. He's gotten me like that a couple times.
Oh yeah, I'll send it for sure. And then, like I said, we had a conversation about this when we were listening to TJ's album just last weekend. We were talking about respecting people's time, right? If I reach out to you and you give me what you give me, I'll try my damnedest to work with it. So if you come up short with, if you give me like 8 bars and I was expecting 16 or 16 versus 32, I'll fill in and I'll make it work. And that's exactly what we did for sure. But on a lot of songs, but he came through. He came through and gave me a clean 16 for sure. It worked out.
Cool.
Yeah, because like in that, you never know what you're gonna get. Like once I was working with Shadow Fox doing the Combo Breaker song, and like I had no idea what he was gonna do, but I was just like, I know that this guy knows his killer instinct, so I know like reference wise he's gonna be in there. And then like I just hope that I can get it to fit within like what I'm trying to do. And when he sent me that verse back and it was exactly what I wanted, I was like, I don't have to do anything, I don't have to touch it. It was when it comes together, it comes together, man. I was like, I love what this dude did. He was like, all right, I don't know if this is gonna work for you, man, but this is what I got. I was like, dude, this is perfect. Like, you don't have to change nothing. Like, I'm using this right
singing
here.
And everything. I was like, all right, Shadow.
I know. I was so caught off guard. I was like, nah, bro, leave it all that in there. Nah, I'm taking that out. I extended the verse just to make it all fit. I was like, nah, I'm gonna stand this out. Nah, I need all of that. I need all of that.
Nice.
All right, fellas, I'm about to step out. But I will still be listening and being in the chat.
Appreciate you coming through, man.
All right, Sandstorm.
All right, peace out, man.
So the next album, the next track is actually with UNVG.
Yes, sir.
MSM Mobsters.
Yeah,
man. MSM Mobsters. I mean, honestly, this kind of speaks for itself in a way. If you've been, around for a while, me and VG have done quite a few songs together.
We really have. I was thinking about that. I'm like,
we've done a few, even like before I became a member of MSM, and I just love his flow and his sound. Because it immediately speaks up like East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought about New York, but he was like, I'm from Jersey, so I'm like, all right, well, same bag, same area. Like it just sounds.
It's all good.
It sounds great. And I always give him credit where it's due, along with TJ, to where before we went and did the listening party for his album, I had decided I was just going to do singles because I was getting burnt out doing albums. And if anybody's ever like try to create an album on their own, man, mixing and mastering and listening to the point to where you start hating your album. It's like, I need you to get released so you can go away. Like it gets frustrating. So being a part of that listening party, both of them got me to the point of like, you know what? No, I'm gonna keep doing these albums because his album was solid. His voice and his songs of choice and bringing certain people on and what he chose to do with it was amazing. So it got me back in my bag. And from there, we just kept going. And so anytime I hear anything that sounds anything close to a boom bap or East Coast beat, or if I make it myself, he's the first person I think about. Now one day I'm going to go outside of his bag and then just, hey, try this, like, which he's done before, so it would be first.
I push him a couple of times to get outside that bag, so
that's where I want to go next with him. But it's definitely something that has sparked a lot of ideas and conversations, because we've done so much similar to TJ and I that it's like we might as well do like a collab joint or something like that, because I feel like we mesh so well. And he comes in with some fillers, because with the hook thing, I didn't have a hook on the song when I gave it to him, and he went and he inserted something in there that fit similar to the Spider-Man joint we did. Granted, my distributor messed that up, but that's another story for another day. But he put something on there that just added the vibes to it. So I was like, fantastic, it works. So he took care of 2 problems in one session, to where he gave us something on the hook and he gave me a clean verse.
Thanks, man.
When Action Jack first joined MSM, one of the people I knew that he was going to click with was VG Mobster, because I tell Action Jack this all the time. Like, I know you're from Alabama, but you sound like an East Coast rapper. Like, you sound like you straight out of New York, bro. So like, I knew those two would definitely link up, and I can't wait for the Arcade album to come out, because these guys have a song together. That is absolutely amazing. It's based on the True Crime series.
Oh, nice.
Forgot about that.
I can't. It's
See,
so
now you got me
hard.
looking forward to it,
brother. Man, when I'm gonna tell you like this real quick, Andre. This is how crazy the song is. So Tokai was the one that produced it, right?
Oh,
He
so
sent,
good. So good.
He sent us both the beat. He was like, "Y'all do what you want with it. Y'all can have it." And I heard it. I was like, "This is based off of True Crime." He said, "True Crime." The beat was so raw. He made me go do research. I was like, I haven't played True Crime in a while, but I'm making sure these references are going to hit the spot. And I went through and I went crazy on it. Now, the way it is now, that beat switch, it wasn't there. It wasn't there, but he has a crazy beat switch that fits VG perfectly. And I was like,
so good.
And I wanted that one because when he let me hear the beat switch, I was like, "Can I have that part too?" He's like, "No, it's gonna be for VG." Bro, that song is nuts.
Yeah,
that's good. The synergy that those two guys have, I was like, I knew that was going to be because when I look to add members to the team, I'm like, how well are they going to fit in with like the rest of the group? So it's like I want everybody to have that like that good synergy and energy, and then like I said at the time, Action Jack joined. He already did songs with VG. He had already did songs with me, and me and Zap did a song with him. I'm like, he's already worked with pretty much every member in the group at this point.
Yeah.
So I was just like, he's definitely going to be able to fit in. So it was just like, but I knew those two specifically was going to be a problem when you get them on a track together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for getting me on, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure. Anytime, bro.
Nice. All right, let's check it out.
Do it.
Jack. I be one of the coldest that's on the squad. MSM, boy, running with VG Mobster. Yeah, we just far from flawed, boy. Shooting the illest of lyrics that got us outlawed, boy. We here to bless you like we quoting the word of God, boy. Truly blessed, even though we surrounded around empires of sin, feeling like Yakuza when we spaz. In 2025 is a year, just like a dragon. I take 25 to life when it comes to my passion, boy. We known to move like Godfathers. If you ever thought you was stopping this work, my boy, don't even bother. Chop you up with lyrics. Machetes just to go hear you holler. We do this for the fam. Lovely thing is we still get the dollar. I want you to never try to wake a sleeping dog. Play stupid games that make you and your crew croak like a frog. Yeah, then walk off slow. No need for me to jog. Then write a verse and put what happened to you in the epilogue.
Yo, Jack was good as VG Mobster. God told me one time, don't get attached to anything that you can't walk away from in 30 seconds flat. When you feel the heat round the corner.
VG's versing off of you can't refuse. The world is yours, intravenously infused. Accused, remember I see LA Noir. Watch the sleeping dogs die in the reservoir. Crime boss spar, catches 25 to life. Max Payne no payday, we do it right. Come out and play, yeah, warriors at birth. Yo, my road to respect, a Glock with loads of girth. Pulling off the getaway from GTA. Hotline to Miami, since pass away for guns walking Ole. Johnny Ma, what you say? Yeah, he's Red Dead all day. Microphones plated, odd jobs, golden gun. Say hello, my little friend, run, run, run. Horse head in the bed, stun, stun, stun. Scarface chainsaw and done, done, done.
That's what you get when you're dealing with some real mobsters, some real musical mobsters. It's Action Jack, it's VG. Now with this lyrical flow we just spit, we finna make sure that y'all gonna sleep with the fishes, know what I mean?
Nice. I like that ending. That's dope.
Yeah, the end was fine.
I had to figure something out because it was empty, and I was like, something got to be at the end.
That was kind of fine. So that goes into my cleanup chore mix and about to snap.
Oh yeah, it's got to go.
I'm about to say the cleanup.
Yeah, cleanup
chore. Yeah, I can definitely bop around the house with a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
I would put it in the Game Pass cost what mix, but then that'd just be.
I mean, you could, because I mean, they trying to do some mobster stuff right now by charging all this crazy money.
That's it. They trying to, for real. They're trying to rob you, man.
It's not extortion. It's capitalism.
Extortion.
Capitalism, babe. Crazy thing about that is I had the month before they did that, I had just canceled my Game Pass subscription. I'm not really using it like that no more. I've been like my Switch 2 has kind of been my main console right now. So I was like, why am I paying for this and I'm not using it? And then the month after prices go up. I was
like, funny story. I never updated my card information with Microsoft. So usually all the consoles, they recycle their subscriptions, you know, at the end of the year typically is when I do it or whatever, right? So it recycled at the end of the year and I hadn't updated the card for that one. So it downgraded to whatever Game Pass Essential or whatever. Then it was just gone altogether. And I didn't find out until maybe about 2 weeks ago. And I went to turn the Xbox on and I'm like, okay. I wonder what happened to my subscription, but okay, that's fine. Doesn't apply to me then, I guess.
Yeah.
So, you help make my decision. Thank you.
Yeah. Which is crazy because I was one of the holdouts. I was an Xbox Live Gold member from the start, like from the very beginning.
Me too.
$50.
Yeah. We get the free games.
Crimson Skies was my first game. Like, yeah. So I fought Game Pass every step of the way when they try to come. Hey, well, you could do this. Hey, you could just give me gold, man. I'm
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
R.I.P. Microsoft, man.
Yeah,
right.
It was nice knowing you. It was nice knowing you, Beeps. All right. So basically, this is the cleanup win for us. All right, that's cool.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cool. All right, so let's see what we got next. So the next one we're gonna be listening to is Real Underdog. So Key to My Heart.
Ooh. My heart, man.
Fire.
This song was also in that group of songs that were going to be on the album before TJ and I spoke about not having to do a gaming anime situation. So I had always wanted to do a Kingdom Hearts song. You know, I've made references here and there, but I was like, all right, cool. Let me see if I can approach it. I had this beat laying around and I was like, okay, this sounds fantastic as far as Kingdom Hearts is concerned. I just wasn't sure if I wanted to go like rapping about something different or if I wanted to kind of go like an R&B situation. But when I put it all together and did my verse, and there was a different hook on this, and after I switched the hook up, I then reached out to Zap and Kotetsu. So I had Zap doing this differently, and we had this conversation just last time we had a listening party. I'll send it to you, see what you do with it. If I don't like it, then I'll let you know what direction I want it to go in. But if I love it, I'm not touching it. Like I'm not going to lead you into what I want you to do because you may not be comfortable, you may not be able to do it, whatever the case may be. I just want to see what you're going to do with it. And so I had Kotetsu rapping on it. He came back with some poetry jam at the beginning. So I was like, fantastic. It worked.
And spoken word kind of like something like that.
For sure. And then I had Zap doing like this like low tone, like singing in a way, and she flipped it and did her, and it worked out so perfect. And because of what they gave me, I had to change the hook, had to change how I handled the hook, and also I had to change the intro. So while we're doing all of this, it wasn't just like my call. We were texting back and forth of like, hey, let me know what y'all think. And so Zap hit me up and was like, well, you know, can we change things this way? Like, can we, you know, have it done this way? And then, you know, with the rainfall that I have in there, the thunderstorm that I have going, she was like, can we also add it at the end so we can have like a dramatic ending to it? So that way it matches what the beginning was. And, you know, like I said, Tokai being at the beginning, I was like, when he sent it to me, I was like, can I fit this over a beat? I was like, nah, I can't fit this over a beat. So let me put him as the intro, throw the rain in there. And then she was like, let's end it at the end as well. And I was like, yeah. Soon as I went to submit this, put them both as producers because it was like conversation going back.
Sense.
And Zap, you could tell through like the conversation, she's like, if y'all want to, like y'all both the producers, like you just tell me what you think. I'm like, you ain't gotta be cautious. Like we ain't gonna bite your head off. If you got some musical information, then go ahead. You the singer, like you're like the real artist around here. So like tell us what you think. And both
TJ knows nothing about that, right? TJ, you know nothing about that.
So we both like getting their input made me work around because, like I said, I thought Tokai was gonna rap because I both of them have smooth voices. So I was like, all right, he's gonna rap. But when he gave me the poetic jam situation, I was like, oh, he's gonna make me flip this up, and I'm not giving it back. I'm just gonna work around it. So that's how we got to Key to My Heart, and it's like I said, centered around Kingdom Hearts. He did a lot of references to like Kingdom Hearts for sure. I did my references to Kingdom Hearts, and then Zap fit in perfectly too with tying in with the partner and the love and the emotion that was centered around that song. So that was fantastic.
I remember when I did the recording session for her for this song, and I was just like, I had no idea what this song was going to be. I was like, where is this going? She just because the way she writes, like when she's ready to go, she's like, hey, Jack sent me this joint, just put it on, let's record so I can knock it out. I'm like, all right, cool. I have no idea what's going on. So I cue up the song, I put on the mic, I put the beat on, and she just goes. And I'm like, what is this? I don't know what's going on. I send Jack the track, and I'm like, all right, I guess we'll see what happens. And then when I finally get to hear what he does with it at the end, I'm like, a totally different song. I'm like, this joint is crazy. Like this is definitely easily one of my favorite joints on this album. Like it's crazy because I got to see pretty much the whole process.
It's interesting that you say Kingdom Hearts, seeing as how Kingdom Hearts is the most convoluted story in all of gaming.
It is. It is. But we made sure we put the spin on it because key to my heart, because if we trying to explain any story about Kingdom Hearts, sir, ain't a song long enough. Like
you need an album. You gotta do a whole album.
You're gonna have to do 4.
I was gonna say you're gonna need multiple albums to explain that.
Yeah, one album per game. All right, Kingdom Hearts 1,
and then you're gonna have one complete album for all the handheld games. So it's like
Birth by Sleep. The album.
So convoluted. I remember I watched a video with HMK, and he was like trying to explain it, and he actually did a pretty good job, and it was still didn't make sense. And he
he's like, because he always likes to say like, oh, it's not as he's like, oh, it's not as confusing as y'all think it is. I'm like, yes, it is.
It is. The only other one that's just as confusing is Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
They don't even try. They
don't.
Metal Gear is just Metal Gear.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is at this point. All right,
but real underdogs. What we're gonna be listening to, my boy Thousand Star. I had done a song. I forget what song me and Thousand Star had done before this. Oh, it was the Unstoppable jump.
On my album.
So TJ and Thousand Star reached out to me for that song and was like, oh, can you get your boy Jay to jump on this track? And that was when they found out Jay is me. Just do some voice changing here and there, and I play all of these characters. So it was a very easy collaboration because I don't have to ask anybody. I just have to ask myself and, throw some mix in there and make it happen. So
at that point, we had no clue that those were actually characters. We thought that he had his own crew because honestly, that's the reason I never asked him to be part of MSM beforehand. Because I'm like, this dude, he pretty much got his own MSM already. He already got 3 other artists. There's no way we could ever really make that happen.
That's crazy.
So I had no clue that it was just him.
Yeah. So that's what led to, my first interaction with Thousand Star and just hearing his approach to that. And then, being, a part of those listening parties, seeing how he vibes and how the team loves him so much. I was like, okay, with my first MSM album, I got to get everybody on for sure. But I also want to make sure everybody fits somewhere. And a part of me genuinely was like, underdog, like a real underdogs. Like I had to call it real underdogs because I already have a song called Underdogs on other albums, but it was like real underdogs. And when I did it, I don't know what led me to Thousand Star, but something was just like, get him on this one. Like this is the choice, one. And so when he did this, and that's why I see him in the chat, but I was like, man, if he could be here, because when he sent it back to me, and he also when Thousand Star sends you a track back, he's going to give you about 3 or 4 different takes. Then he's also going to send you the lyrics as well. So when I'm looking at the lyrics, I'm like, oh, he went there with this. Okay, fantastic. So that's why I always told him, like, even when we got to this point before the album was to be released, I'm like, what made you go there? I mean, that was my main question for him. Like, what made you go there? So if you can put your paragraph in the chat, then I'll definitely read it. But yeah, I was like, what made you go there? Because when I read it, I'm like, oh, okay, he's not just a hype up guy. He got layers. So that's what 100%. I love about this for sure.
And like Thousand Star is the oldest MSM member in the group. Like not by age, but like the person who's been there the longest. Like he was one of the members I picked up in MSM. And when I first worked with him, he had never done music before. He had never rapped before in his life, and me and him did a song on my first album. He just said, I just want to give it a shot just to see what would happen. and his first verse ever of all time was on my first album. And I was blown away. I was like, dude, this is the first time in your life you've ever rapped? He said, yeah, I've never. I'm like, I was mind blown because like I listened to my first raps and I'm like, I was nowhere near at that level.
Tough.
I was nowhere at that level at my first time rapping.
Mine got destroyed. Let's just put it like that.
I was like, yeah, it's a verse that you will never hear in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was already like, the first verse he ever wrote, I felt was good enough to go on my first album. So like, he's always been very impressive from day one, and he's been with us since day one. So that's why like everybody loves Thousand Star, because he's just kind of like the glue that holds the group together, because he's like always there. So like, just got to give shout out to Thousand Star on that.
He's a great guy, man.
He's the guy. He is the guy.
Squad.
Nice. All right, let's check it out.
Oh, easy explanation. I appreciate that.
This joint go hard in the car.
Woo! What?
Jack. Being told to give my all, but what do you do when you can't stop the fall? Cold days and cold nights, I had to truly weather the storm. Lost everything I worked for, but always seek for a way to transform. I stayed in my center on purpose. No entry points for that outside circus. I used to strive to be around those that was worthless. Now I don't trust many man, like my first name was Curtis. I'm an underdog, but for the longest, I was a lone wolf. Not for nothing, I took that stance with my chest out and howled from the roof. My only purpose in my life is family and peace. That's the honest truth. Like my little bro said, my nigga, all I need is a booth. Partnered with a few mistakes, I educated myself to raise the stakes. I stayed patient, worked with God, and I found my destined space. Wrapped my ass off until I was truly classified as an ace. A main event card that truly had to earn its place. I see the surprise sitting on your face. Yeah, I'm an underdog, but you never had a chance, nigga, to win this race.
Underdogs when we running through the city. The life we living has never been perfect, far from pretty. When you were underdog, your whole life looking gritty. We living out our life, even when things looking shitty. Man, I know they hate us. Yeah. Man, I know they hate us. Yeah. Man, I know they hate us. We underdogs, and I know y'all quick to try to chase us. We ain't got time for them stupid niggas, so see y'all later.
Let's take a walk. Let's take a talk. Let's take a talk. Go release that stress. Clean up that mess. Want to know my story? Want to feel my glory? Time will tell. Let me spin my bells. Take mother family, raise my lady. Step on living right to all the baby. But to be a king, give my lady. What we say, knew I'd be ready. 9 but 9 didn't like me already. Trying to get me on sight. Daddy, probably all my mind. Guaranteed back X on my mind. Apparently. People don't like how I talk, how I lean, how I walk. Cover this where I'm up. Put me like a shark. Kill around when I leave a mark. I'm smart and clean. I'm nuts and lean. Treat my lady like king. When I don't want to, I'll always be seen. Always already me. 20 bits I can see. You make the gun. You don't like my gun. You can suck my underdog. I can see the opposition. Like Scara, I'm the pole position. You really thought you had the material? Everything else, you're just potential.
We underdogs when we running through the city. The life we living has never been perfect, far from pretty. When you were underdog, your whole life looking gritty. We living out our life, even when things looking shitty. Man, I know they hate us. Yeah. Man, I know they hate us. Yeah. Man, I know they hate us. We underdogs, and I know y'all quick to try to chase us. We ain't got time for them stupid niggas, so see y'all later.
Oh my God, I love it. That beat, bro. That beat.
That's
so
fire.
crazy.
It's fire. I told Jack after first listen, I was like, that's my jam right there.
Oh yeah.
Like, woo.
That beat's been sitting around for a minute. I had nothing to do with it. Like it's just been sitting in the hard drive for a hot minute.
It's clearly Nintendo's fault, mix.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm extremely fond of.
I gotta go about the snap because every time my head about the snap, because I'm always going like this the whole time.
Yeah,
so
boy, that's definitely about the snap mix.
The
Shout out to
Dogs.
Thousand Star. Matter of fact, let me give a quick shout out to Thousand Star. Next month, actually, because for the month of October, we're going to be releasing visuals for a couple of songs on Action Jack's album. So if you come to the Master Sword Music channel, all of October, we're going to be representing Action Jack and dropping a couple visuals every Thursday. And then in November, my man Thousand Star is actually going to be dropping his debut project as well.
Yes, sir.
So
nice.
So it's just I wanted to give him that quick shout out. So we got a lot of stuff coming out and recently, and then we'll talk about that later. But we got even more stuff coming down the line. So
bangers.
Nice. All right. Okay, so we got one more that we're gonna actually listen to. That's track 19. So what I'm gonna do is, Jack, if you want to, we'll just go through the rest of them and just play the last one last.
Okay.
Feeling Vibes last. So
okay.
Well, you already talked about Combo. Revenge on Me.
Okay, so in order for you to understand Revenge on Me, you have to know Combo 1, 2, and 3. That I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it's so we had a conversation. TJ and I had a conversation, and we were talking about possibly me bringing all my personas over, and I was like, well, nah. Like the purpose of me making those personas was to be filler, but then at the same time, there were like levels of insecurity with me hearing myself first time on the mic. So like having those different characters, or either just kind of saying things that I ultimately wouldn't say myself. So why not have somebody else say it? So it was a way of just doing that. So as like I said, if you listen to the albums, me and like TJ and me, Jay, and X-Main never have issues per se. Like Jay was always like the cover for Deep, and the reason why Deep was going to be dropped, or how she kind of became like the villain out of everything, was because when I initially started doing this music, I didn't have a DAW system other than GarageBand. And if you have a Mac, GarageBand is free. So I didn't have any VSTs, I didn't have any plugins other than what was being provided. So in order for me to do Deep and try to get as close to a female voice as possible, I had to like yell and move back from the microphone to get the deepness out of my voice. There was no EQing in the world that was going to fix it. And I didn't have any systems like I have now to kind of alter the voice other than just dropping the tones and the octaves within the voice. So doing that character was tearing my vocal cords up. So I was like, after I do this, she's gone. I was like, there's no way I'm going to keep doing this. So it actually ended up working in my favor, because fast forward, I end up getting Ableton as my first DAW system, which then introduced so much more into it. And then eventually getting into Logic, you know, utilizing a friend's, you know, student discount. So shout out to you for getting the free, getting a low price for the Logic. But, but with that, I was able to bring the character back. But the way that I spun it was, you wasn't producing, so we had to get you out of here. But Jay was bringing you back on, and so we kind of created the group Too Deep between those two. So you'll hear that in some of my songs, and then they eventually brought the younger cat on from Jay. So with all of that, it's more of me and X-Main being together, because I kind of cleaned it up with him, so there was no malice with him. But Jay never wanted to be an A&R to bring people on, and then Deep was still salty about me kicking her out of the group initially. So the Revenge on Me part is like, okay, this is our last song to the MSM group. I mean, the Music Ground group. Like, there's no more Music Ground. So, but we got to give them one more song. And initially, when I started it off, it was just going to be, okay, bar heavy from each person. But I was like, I've gone through this whole combo thing. Have them take shots at me on the final song. Be that stupid to take shots at me on the final song. And so,
wait, so like T.I. versus TIP?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, so be that dumb to take shots at me, because this is supposed to be a final song, like a bow out for our fans, but then you're gonna play it to where it's like, oh, you're the reason why this is happening. We're better than you. We don't need you. We're gonna run circles around you. You're gonna go over there and fail. And then even in one of the songs, like the last one, where Jay mentioned, like, hey, I hope TJ sees all this before you send MSM straight to hell. So it's like really honing in, like, the way you ruined us, because I have it from perspective that all I worried about was the catalog and the views and the numbers, and they thought I didn't care about them. So he's like, hey, TJ better catch on. And that in itself is going to continue to carry forward, of like them just taking digs and shots at me in certain ways, because I have means to release it that way. But that's what Revenge on Me is. Mentality.
One day, I told Action Jack, I said, hopefully one day I get my chance to come at them, because I don't like the way they be talking to my boy. So.
And I got it set up perfect for sure.
So I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him.
Mentality was a song, like, I tend, like, every album, especially like in my open book series that I stopped doing, was to like dig into my personal a little bit. So if you listen to this song, it really digs into the fact of, you know, me having a daughter, my very first daughter. She just turned 1, and just kind of my idea of what I want for her. And so that's just me like, hey, I want her to just be focused on God and loving herself and not just be caught in the hospital asking who's the father. That was one of the lines. And, you know, for my sons, they're so, you know, they're older now. Like my oldest is 13, my youngest is 10. And it's like watching the internet and then being infatuated with some of these, you know, YouTube content creators that just do stupid stuff that can end up in jail or either kill them. And it's like, hopefully I throw out that net to catch everything that pops up on their mental deck, like just to ensure that I get everything, because I can't afford for them to go the way of popularity or clout. You know what I'm saying? So that was going into that bag. And then also too, you know, for anybody that knows, I'm prior military and I suffered so many injuries coming out the military. And in that whole span of trying to get back to doing the exercises and going to the gym, my body shuts down on me sometimes because those injuries still linger. And it was like, you know, going from 150 all the way up to 180 and adding on that weight. And it was like, it was eating me up. But the music was my liaison, getting me back into my mental. And even though I was like, I paid full cost for this life and never used a coupon and was never given a coupon. So it was like just really embracing the mentality that I went through with life in general without digging too deep into that bag. It's all on me. It's kind of just like a continuation of revenge, but it's just me and X-Main just kind of really honing in of, you know, I try to give y'all the keys to this. I try to do everything the right way, but all in all, because I didn't check it, it all falls on me either way. Like I had to check this in the beginning and I didn't, and that's just what it was. I already spoke about all this pressure with me and Sandstorm, you know, just kind of getting right into like the faith and just kind of, you know, getting back into that and just kind of being focused on, you know, going through those hardships and how, you know, leaning on God and prayer and everything just kind of, you know, keeps me floating and keeps me going for that track. And then Final Fantasy was once again a part of that original album of video games and anime. And you will hear a lot of Final Fantasy references in that song, like, and they work out so well. And it's funny that Exodia mentioned like impromptu bars, because I used impromptu in this because of Final Fantasy 15 of having impromptu, and it's, you know, mentioning Lulu and had a lot on my chest like Lulu. It's just,
I love that.
So it's like so many bars, but at the same time, the main premise of it was always to, you know, close out. It's like, hey, yep, I'm wrapping up. Music Grounds was fun. Like, I enjoyed every bit of it, but we're going over to MSM now. That's what it is. I got to embrace my new fam and my new ventures. That's what it is. But in reality, this is my final bow out for Music Grounds. And for everybody that supported, I thank you. I appreciate you. But we're going on to new ventures and a la Rebirth to my whole career, my whole rapping persona and everything that comes along with it.
Oh, nice. All right. Y'all ready for Feeling the Vibes?
Yes. Oh, by the way, produced by my man TJ the Gamer. He sent me this beat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
God, bro, you just blew my mind.
Yeah. He sent me this beat. When he sent me this beat, I played it in the car. What I had in my head of what I was going to do with it, 10 times different than what I did with it. And so what I end up doing was I held on to it for like 2 or 3 days because I couldn't get to the microphone. I think we were moving the house around or something like that. So nothing was hooked up, so I couldn't record. And so when I finally got a chance to record, I was like, what was I going to do with this again? I was like, you know what? Just find something new. Maybe it'll come back to me. And in the midst of doing it, I was like, oh, shoot. I remember I did this mixtape with my dad a while back. And that was my Lyrical Practice Volume 2 mixtape that I did with him. We could not use any of those beats because he pulled all the beats from YouTube. We didn't get clearance on none of it. So that's why it never released on any streaming platforms. We just did it on YouTube. Okay. So it was just me and him. And he was like, he'll do a verse and he'll just send me the beat. And that was like, you'll hear in one of those songs. If I ever have a way to put it up, I will, or just send it to y'all directly. But I mentioned in reference to one of the songs, like, yo, this is like the 4th song you done sent me today. And he was like, here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. And I'm just bam, bam, bam. I was like, what else you got? Because I'm in my bag right now. So with that, there were some crazy verses that cannot be heard by anybody because I don't have my music channel anymore. And I just went and I repurposed a verse for this song. But then I end up creating a new verse for the second verse for the song. So it starts off with a song I did called Feeling the Vibes. And well, it wasn't called Feeling the Vibes on the mixtape, but that was the theme I was going. I'm feeling the vibes, man. I feel so alive, and it feels so different on here. It was amazing what I was able to turn it into. But yeah, TJ sent me that beat, and it was just a perfect fit.
Oh, man, I be producing so much. Oh, now I gotta hear it. Yeah, go ahead and play this. I need to hear it.
All right, let's go. Let's give it a listen.
Hilarious.
I do not remember making this.
You know I'm just feeling the vibes. Man, I just feel so alive. All I want from this life is to give love, peace, and provide. I've lost too much time from the pressure I allowed to just sit on my back. I'm walking a different path that allows me to keep my mental intact. I'm feeling so high, you see in my eyes, I look so surprised when I feel alive. I've been deprived from feelings inside that make a grown man wanna go run and hide. Look at my children's eyes, the passion make me truly work and thrive. Don't wanna see them like other guys, so I continue showing them different highs. I'm talking about guys that swear that they real, but man, they some actors. At the same time, they was never a factor. I get on these beats and I'm causing disasters. At the same time, man, I'm causing them raptures. Talking about life, I'm speaking on chapters. Y'all got on phones and was calling for backup. I cleaned up my act and started to rack up. I thought I was losing a bit, I was all on my own. I got with MSM and back in the zone. I thought I was gone, my old life now seems so overblown. God put me in the best situation to prove my peace and gave me liberation. Y'all don't see this shit I was facing. Man, in the past I was so impatient. I'm back with my kids, I handle my biz, you know what it is. Trying to stop what I'm doing, get that ass slid. No matter how things went, man, I love how I live. Y'all can never take anything that I build in this life, I'm a praying man. I'm constantly doing work with these praying hands, so I hope now y'all truly understand. You know I'm just feeling the vibes. Man, I just feel so alive. All I want from this life is to give love, peace, and provide. I've lost too much time from the pressure I allowed to just sit on my back. I'm walking a different path that allows me to keep my mental intact. You know I'm just feeling the vibes. Man, I just feel so alive. All I want from this life is to give love, peace, and provide. I've lost too much time from the pressure I allowed to just sit on my back. I'm walking a different path that allows me to keep my mental intact. So I'm standing tall when you're looking at me while I grab my balls. Man, I gotta be a monster, looking for them hunters. Now I'm finna make these niggas wonder as I go and put them under. Cause you already know, man, it's just been my summer. I come in this bitch, tackle your ass just like I'm Bobby Boucher. I get on these beats while I got the whole crowd screaming hooray. And I told you, man, I can do this shit here all day. When I get on these beats, you already know it ain't no time to play. No, I'm just sitting back, doing my thing. I'm tossing the pain while I'm letting it rain. You see how it hang as I'm letting it bang, and they feeling right while they just screaming my name. Action Jack, nigga, I'm spitting them facts. They said on their ass while I'm busting they back. You see they like this as I'm causing attacks. I'm ripping my shirt like I'm holding like that, but I'm holding like that and I'm laying them flat while I'm blazing these tracks and they lying like Atlas. Slow this down and get on track, reload my lyrics back and serve up this thing just like an automat. Every day I'm starting to feel like I got my life back. This beat got me feeling like the days I used to ride and chill off in my lap. You know I'm just feeling the vibes. Man, I just feel so alive. All I want from this life is to give love, peace, and provide. I've lost too much time from the pressure I allowed to just sit on my back. I'm walking a different path that allows me to keep my mental intact. You know I'm just feeling the vibes. Man, I just feel so alive. All I want from this life is to give love, peace, and provide. I've lost too much time from the pressure I allowed to just sit on my back. I'm walking a different path that allows me to keep my mental intact. You know I'm just feeling the vibes. Man, I just feel so alive. All I want from this life is to give love, peace, and provide. I've lost too much time from the pressure I allowed to just sit on my back. I'm walking a different path that allows me to keep my mental intact. You know I'm just feeling the vibes. Man, I just feel so alive. All I want from this life is to give love, peace, and provide. I've lost too much time from the pressure I allowed to just sit on my back. I'm walking a different path that allows me to keep my mental intact.
Bro, that song in itself, it was hard to do because when you already have something written for another beat and then you try to make it fit for another one, there was so much of me swapping out words and trying to change up the wording for everything, and even revisiting the wording and how it comes down to like how you do it. Because even when I mentioned like back with my kids, you know how it is, you know how I live and all that other stuff, it was like at that point in time I had to move further down to Naples to go stay with my homeboy because like I had gotten modification on my child support and it shot through the roof. I couldn't pay for my own spot, so I was like without my kids for months. So it was just like doing a lot of music just to kind of keep myself sane for a minute until, you know, I was able to move back where I was just so I can, you know, see him every day. But yeah, man, it was that song in itself, along with that mixtape, was a deep one. But to bring it back and resurface it, not only was amazing for this song and that beat that TJ sent me, but it also sparked a good idea to do like a greatest hits. Because some of the albums I'm not going to re-upload because the distro systems, they mess up so bad. And if you're with a distro company right now, just stay with them, because it is such a pain in the behind to move from distro to distro. Even though they give you like better perks, sometimes they don't cooperate well with Apple, or they don't cooperate well with Spotify. And it just causes so much headache. And I've lost so many album uploads and listens and streams because of it. So at this point, there are some albums that are still up, but like if you have Apple Music, you won't see half of them, solely because Apple just won't take them from certain distros. But this is the first, and then like I said, I'll just do a greatest hit, so that way you ain't got to go through all 5 or 6 freaking albums, so you can just hear what I deem as the best ones. And I plan to re-rap all of them, remix them, master them, because some of them sound like boo boo from the way I mixed it at the time, because I was just brand new to it, and just kind of come with a new touch, and you know that'll add on to it for sure.
Nice.
The crazy thing about that beat is, now that I listen to it, I remember when I was made. I remember why I forgot now, because at the same time that I was working on that beat, I actually was working on the remix album that I do for the video game remixes, and I remember exactly what remix I was working on before I made that beat. It was the Mega Man X Spark Mandrill remix that I did, and because on this series of remixes, I wanted to be able to do like different genre types. So you'll notice I have like reggaeton beats. Yeah, I have like a hip hop beat. You know, I have like all different kinds of beats. And when I was doing the Spark Mandrill beat for Mega Man X, that's when I discovered how to do UK drill type drums. So I was like, oh, I messed with the UK drill drums, and I was like, yo, that was kind of fun. I just want to do like a beat with those kind of drums. And then I made that beat. So it's like I made that beat on like a whim that day. And I was like, I have no idea what to do with this beat. Yeah. And I was like, for some reason, you came to my mind. And I was just like, you know what? Because I have this thing that I like to do, and VG will be able to tell you too. I like to sometimes put people on beats that I don't think would work for them, just to see what they would do with it. So
I like that though.
Yeah.
I do it to VG all the time. I'll be like, I'm gonna send this to VG because I don't think of VG for this one. So I'm gonna see what he does. And he'll come back and kill it. And I did the same thing to you with that beat. I was like, I've never heard him rap to like a drill beat before. So that
sounds so good.
You did the same thing with and it's gonna be, I think it's on it might be on the Arcade album, I believe. But it's like you went more of like a reggaeton type ordeal.
Oh,
and he sent it to me, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, let me see what I can do with that. And I was like, I don't know how long he wants me to go, but we will figure it out. And I love
Shadow,
it.
If you like the Spark Mandrill joint, you should listen to that remix. It's up on the channel, bro. The album is actually out now too, so you should definitely check that out, because the beat I did for that one is crazy. But yeah, I was working on that beat and Feeling the Vibes beat literally around the same time, because I just discovered how to do UK drill type drums.
Dope. But yeah, that was a heaven sent for sure, because that was a part of like the second revision of this album, because like I said, the first revision was after our conversation. The second revision was after the album had to sit for so long. Because let me tell you how fast this album got put together. We talked about me being part of MSM in December. We talked about having the album done. I think we talked about the album in December. I had the album done in February.
Yep.
So I was like, oh man, I can't just sit on this. Like, and then that's when I was like, hey, I got this concept. I was like, what if I come up with this concept to where, you know, it's going to be Rebirth, Revision, and then Revenge, to where throughout all 3 albums, they're taking digs at me. Like, my old artists are taking digs at me the whole time. And then at the end, it's like, forget it. Revenge, we're going to tear them apart. And it was going to be a versus album, to where they do 5 songs. And then me and X-Men were going to do 5 songs. And then was just going to let the fan base decide like which side sounds the best. So in the midst of it, like, we were like, okay, we agree on October, because TJ has so much for the group coming out in between then, And I was like, okay, so there's no place for me in between then. All right, cool. We had just wrapped up the Three Kings joint, and I was like, man, I need to do some more music.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
And then what really sparked it off, he hit me up and was like, hey, do you have a song that I could put like a final song on 1,000 Stars album? And I had a beat just sitting there, and I was like, okay, cool. I'll give him this one, and I dropped a verse and the hook on there, and then I sent it, and then 1,000 Star killed that one as well. And so I was like, okay, that just sparked more ideas. And that's how we got from 3 albums to 21 songs on this album. I don't like for music to sit around. So that's where, and this is just kind of like futuristic, just kind of talking to y'all about it. That's how this mixtape with me and Sandstorm came about. We were on the Sandstorm podcast just talking. And I don't know how we even got to the point of listening to, he said he had found some of his old beats he used to do back in the day when he was like really heavy on Pharrell and, and that whole 9. And he was just playing through them because he had them all on like SoundCloud, and, he was doing like beat competitions. And every one of them just was heavy 2000 Southern, just heavy bass sounding like Gucci Man. I was like, send me all of that. So like, I was like, I'm from the South and I have never done like a whole album like that. So I was like, you know what? I've had an instrumental album before called New Jack City. And I was like, okay, we can play on that. I was like, so send me the beats and we're going to do a Southern style mixtape. You be the DJ, scream all over it. Like we're going to do like the drops, the gunshots, the booms and all that stuff. And it's going to be a DJ Sandstorm, Action Jack mixtape, New Jack City Volume 1 mixtape. And we are like a song. I need TJ to do something on it. And then I just need him to go through and just do all his screaming and yelling. And we do all our little stuff in between, like a regular mixtape from 2000 was. And that one will be wrapped up. But yeah, man, it just spawned so much more after doing this album, man. So I appreciate TJ for one, giving me the lane to actually do it. And be a part of it so early, to release an album so early, because like I said, I just signed on with the team last year, and to do my debut album just almost a year later has been an amazing thing, while also working on projects in between. So this has been an interesting journey, and I hope everybody enjoyed what I put into this, because this was genuinely supposed to be a layup, and it turned into like a full-fledged album as a debut album. So I don't know how in the world I'm gonna top this one, but I gotta try.
Yeah, it was when he first came to me and said he wanted to do this. It was like, because the way MSM do, we whirl everything in a cycle. So if you're hearing songs from us now, those are songs we probably wrote a year and a half ago, and we're working on the songs that are coming up for the next project. So we already had pretty much a full rotation going, but Action Jack was ready to hit the ground running. So we kind of just we switched up the rotation and just was able to fit it in there at the last minute just to make it work. So it was like that guy, he came in ready to work, and I truly appreciate that, because like he shows up on my album that I released in January. His project came, he's going to show up on 1,000 Stars project. Then we got the Three Kings album that's coming in December. He shows up on me and Zap's collab album next year, and then Arcade 3. Like, you're going to see a lot of action. Action Jack is all over the MSM channel for the next year straight. So like, if you enjoy what you heard here, you got it. There's a lot more Action Jack coming. Like I said, in December, I actually wanted to talk about this real quick. In December, we are actually dropping a collab album with me, Action Jack, and another amazing MC that goes by the name Sound of the Rain. Goodness. And we're calling it the Three Kings album. And it's just us three just getting together and just rapping at the highest level of rapping I think I've ever done. I think both of them have ever done. And it's an incredible project, and I cannot wait for you guys to hear that. So if you enjoyed Action Jack here, definitely peep out Three Kings in December. And like I said, there's so much more coming. We got so much Action Jack coming in the next few months. So definitely keep your eyes on the Master Sword Music channel, because ever since he's joined, he's been a huge asset to the team. So he's even doing producing for us now too. Like the next album I'm working on, he's already produced some stuff for me. So like,
I wanted that beat so bad, I just couldn't do nothing with it. I was like, I'll give it to you. It's fine.
Snatched it up, snatched it up, and made it my outro.
That
Yeah,
song
man,
is dope.
like,
So
definitely want to give my man his flowers. Amazing
Appreciate it,
job on the
appreciate it.
project.
Yeah, awesome
Glad
job,
to have
man.
you, man.
Thank you,
Glad to
thank you,
have
thank you.
that was a great job. Love the album. So
Wonderful
before we get
project.
out of here, yeah, I know I gotta ask a question of my three musically inclined guests. Y'all watch anime, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop a couple names, and I want you to let me know if you've seen that anime and if how you feel about the soundtrack to that particular anime.
Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
TJ, have you seen Solo Leveling?
Yes.
The soundtrack. How do you feel about the soundtrack to that? Fine.
Honestly, the crazy thing is the reason I started watching Solo Leveling was because of the soundtrack. Like I heard some music from the anime and I was like, what is that? It's like, oh, somebody's like, oh, that's from the Solo Leveling. I was like, oh, word. That's why I started watching it, was because of the music.
The music's hard to listen to with everything that goes on that anime. That anime is crazy.
It is insane. It is insane.
Hiroyuki Sawano has been in his bag for the last 2 years. He's been doing a lot of soundtracks. All right, so Jack, have you seen To Be Hero X?
Of course.
Soundtrack. What you think?
Can I say that now? Okay, so okay. I have opted not to make any more instrumentals for myself. So I am going to be passing that soundtrack to my brother Katetsu for him to conjure up something for me, because as you stated, that is something worth mentioning. That if he can do with it what I've seen him do with other songs, y'all are going to be amazed.
Yes,
I call him his secret weapon. He's our secret weapon, man.
I would love to do something, and I may actually do it myself and just keep it to the side or give it to somebody else. But yeah, that soundtrack is bananas. And like you said, a lot of these animes have been getting really good with the soundtrack.
Really good. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff.
So yes, sir.
VG.
Yo.
Demon Slayer.
Yes, of course. I've seen that. Yes.
Soundtrack.
I mean, it's solid. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's solid. It's solid. I wouldn't say it's my favorite though. No,
I will say this. I love Zenitsu's theme, and I'll leave it at that.
No. Like there's certain themes and something. Like I'm talking about like in totality.
In totality, yeah.
I'm like, it's solid, but definitely not up there with like the other ones you were mentioning and stuff.
Out of Solo Leveling and To Be Hero X, To Be Hero X probably has the best song theme in Jeopardy, because every time they play it for a hero fight, they always play a different segment of the song that matches the fight.
Yep, exactly.
So, like, and if you haven't seen the season, I'm finna spoil something. But there's during the Ghostblade arc when the DJ Shindig character gets taken over by fear, and he pretty much has fear across everybody, including Ghostblade's daughter. The part of the song where he starts pretty much Levi Ackerman in him is basically "I'm your knight in shining armor." I'm like, bruh, his daughter just said, "Daddy, you dead."
Yeah,
like, bro, you are dead. You ain't gonna be in the sequel. There ain't gonna be no second season for you. You're dead. And I'm like, at that point, I'm like, then I went back and started watching. I'm like, wait, every time they have a hero fight, they play a different segment of Jeopardy. I'm like, bruh, give that man a raise, because for Solo Leveling and To Be Hero X, give that man a raise.
It's insane.
I would say for To Be Hero X, the opening though, that in itself is going to be, and TJ, you let me know if I'm off here, but I think this is going to be a challenge for myself, Tokai, and it has to have Zap, because it's an upbeat pop type beat.
Oh yeah.
Talking about Inertia?
Yeah, Inertia.
Okay, yeah.
So with Inertia and being like that, I've thought about doing something like that, because you hear some rappers on pop songs and it's like, you don't fit. Like it just didn't match for some reason. So hearing Inertia, I'm like, I wonder if I can do that, because it's very upbeat pop. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if Tokai's ever touched something like that. And I was like, I wonder. Now, Zap
think
could
he can
probably
do
sing
it.
her ass off on that
I
inertia.
think he can do it. I think he can do it.
Jack, you know they just released a different version of it with the girl who sings the outro, right? She's singing.
Is it version X or
no? It's the version that they played during the season finale credits. It's Center Ren is doing it instead of the other girl.
Said, hold on, let me find that.
Yeah, there's two versions. There's the one with the regular girl that sings it, and then it's the one with Center Ren.
Okay.
She's doing full English singing it. And I'm like, bro, there's two different versions of this, and they both sound fire. So, yeah,
I want to try that because, like I said, TJ's gotten me to do some reggaeton stuff. He's gotten to do like you said, the UK drill stuff because I don't listen to drill music. It's whatever. But I was like, I do like the beats to it. Like I'm a beat head. Like that's how I started off. When I was younger, you couldn't ask me what a lyric was. I just listened to the beat and that's just what it was. But as I got older, I started appreciating lyricism a little bit more. Hence why you always hear them mention, oh, you sound like you're from New York, because I grew up on Dipset, G Unit, and that whole New York movement, Murder Inc., the whole nine. So when it comes down to trying to get into a different bag, I'm curious. I want to see what I could possibly do in a pop bag for sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. All right. So as you know, this is usually a video game slash anime movie music channel now, apparently. So before I get out of here, I just have to say Shinobi Art of Vengeance, best soundtrack I've heard all year.
That soundtrack and that game, bro.
I gotta give that a shot.
That game is amazing.
Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna say this about Art of Vengeance. They're dead wrong for them doggone void riffs.
Yeah.
You're dead wrong.
Yeah.
You're
If you
dead
good,
wrong.
you good.
Shadow, don't start, man. You know,
Yeah, I'm about to say don't go there. Like
GUD.
You said
what
if we talking, if we want to talk,
GUD.
I'm playing on Switch.
I'm playing on Switch too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that game was a lot of fun. And
not to compare, but man, they should have figured out where to release Ninja Gaiden at some point. Like Ninja Gaiden is cool and it looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
It's a good game.
Spanked. You hear me?
It is a good game. It just came out at the wrong time.
Yeah, it came out at the wrong time.
Yeah. If they was maybe 2 months sooner or 2 months later, they'd have been fine.
They got Horizon. They got Horizon. And yes, I'm
totally
loving it as Horizon.
Totally.
Oh yeah.
Shinobi, then right after
that's
that, you got Silk
right
Song,
now.
so it's rap.
Yeah.
Silk
the
Song
sad
was-
thing,
oh my god.
the sad
That's
thing
the
about
game I'm
And
on
Hades
now.
too, right after that.
Yeah. The sad thing about Silk Song and Hades though was they was kind of, I ain't gonna say shadow drop, but it was like we didn't know we thought they was coming out later. We didn't know nothing. And then they like, oh yeah, it's coming out September. Huh? What?
Yeah.
Yep. It's coming out next week. All right, let's go. All right, here we go.
Run your pockets.
Everybody kept complaining about them being delayed, so they're like, "Here you go, run it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all gonna complain about delays, huh? All right, bet, drop it.
But,
We was just playing, not all at once.
No. Y'all want that work. Y'all checking accounts want that work. Drop it.
And it ain't going on sale. So buy that full price.
Anytime soon, nah.
The sales, nah. You better wait till New Year's. Check drop it.
But you want to know something funny about Ninja Gaiden Ragebound and Shinobi Art of Vengeance? They are a dual compilation pack on Steam.
They really are.
Really?
Mhm.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Because they know. They smart. They know.
Yeah.
They know.
They are a dual compilation pack on Steam.
That's crazy. I didn't see that coming.
So does that mean Joe Musashi and Ryu Hayabusa gonna be the next Smash Brothers? So
Let's
everybody's
go.
mad about Anime Ninja.
Let's go.
I would
Both in
hope,
there.
but I still got to do my whole dissertation on how screwed up Ninja Gaiden timeline is.
It's
to
their
fix
fault.
how it can be fixed.
Yeah, it's
The
their fault.
Team Ninja messed up when they did the 3D series and they changed Ken's name to Joe.
Yeah.
It tried to make the 3D games ahead
Of the
NES game. I was like, what? This doesn't make any sense.
No sense.
He looks older, he's stronger, he's faster. So you're gonna say he got old and decrepit?
Yeah,
pretty much.
But then Ninja Gaiden Z, even though I don't like that game,
Yeah.
falls after the NES games. So
Which
How
equally
does this
doesn't
all
make sense. Yeah, which equally doesn't make
So
any
what
sense.
he went from being older to younger to older again.
Pretty much. You know, ninja magic. He did some Nimpo or something.
Yeah.
Right.
So he pulled the Veku move from Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, there you go.
Basically. All right. Okay, people. Thank you for joining our podcast tonight. Our special for Jack for his album release. We appreciate it.
Congrats on the album, Jack.
Appreciate
Congrats,
it.
brother. Congrats.
We
Appreciate
are glad for everybody who's hung out with us and played along with our playlist.
Yeah, that was fun. I really like that. I really like that.
Yeah, when you said it to me, I was like, yeah, let's do that. For sure.
That's gonna be fun.
I will try to have this up on Spotify tomorrow. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it live, you can catch it on catch it whenever, or just check out the MP3 version tomorrow on Spotify. So VG, anything you want to pimp out before we get out of here?
Man, just go check out actually Jack's album Rebirth. It's awesome. I mean, you've only heard some of it, but just hear the rest of it. It's so good. I'm so proud of you, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
MSM, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. TJ.
Like I said, for the month of October, we're going to be celebrating our brother Action Jack. So we got a couple visual videos for the rest of the month of October. And then, like I said, in November, we're going to follow up with my man 1,000 Stars project. And then we're following up in December with the Three Kings. So we got a lot of music coming a lot of fast. So definitely check us out. We'll probably be doing some listening parties for both of these projects. So you can check us out over on YouTube under Master Sword Music. So stay tuned. Follow us on social media to keep up with everything that we're doing, because we about to be on a crazy run for like the next year. Yeah, literally like the next year. We got so much stuff coming. The big thing is we're going to end it with the big arcade project, which is the entire Master Sword Music family all together. 14 tracks. Like it's crazy. Already done. So we're rolling. So stay tuned. We got a lot coming.
Nice. All right, Andre, anything you want to pimp out?
I mean, look, you just go to my channel. If you want predictive videos, go to my channel. That's all I got to say.
Also, thank you, Capcom and Square Enix, for listening tonight. We appreciate you. Shadow.
No, nothing. Just congrats, Jack. This is a really, really wonderful project. And
thank you,
man. Shouts out to you, TJ. Everybody else is involved. This is definitely a treat to the ears. I recommend everybody to go download this now.
Appreciate it,
brother. Thank you.
All right, Jack.
Oh, this is my time to twist arms. So first and foremost, thank you all for coming to listen to the album. This has been a while in the making. We were just really waiting on release date at this point. So there's more projects, like TJ said. We got Brother 1,000 Star next month. We got the Three Kings after that. We got TJ and Zap's collab album after that. We got, his instrumental albums. We got the Arcade 3. Like I said, I'm gearing up for the New Jack City mixtape, as well as like my special hits or the greatest hits album. But then also, this is my way of saying, hey, anybody else on this podcast does music, we're gonna start leaning into stuff, because I was writing down some stuff while y'all were listening to the music. I heard a game key card idea. I heard a Hiei idea. Saw on the chat Genesis versus Super Nintendo idea. So this would be a great idea to start coming up with
add to that a Sega Saturn compilation idea.
Okay,
I can help you with that one.
Let's go.
I say Tower Power Track. That's what I say.
I like it. I like it.
So let me write that down. So this in itself, and this is typically how I work, because my brain changes like by the second. So I can start off with something and it'll convert to something totally different if I don't get it out fast enough. So the idea I had here, just looking at even these 4 recommendations, we can easily come up with an album, and everybody can be involved, whether it's you just giving some talking points or just putting your voice on the album. You ain't got to rap, you ain't got to sing, you can just be talking on it. We can really do a console wars album. Like genuinely have a console war album.
Sandstorm just put something in there. Mask off Majora's Mask.
Let's go.
Nah.
We want to do
better. Call it Fierce Deity.
Fierce Deity. Let's go.
Ooh.
Let's go. Fierce Deity versus Majora. Let's go. I'm ready. You can't pull out no Zelda stuff. I'm ready.
Also, you probably want to do a samurai Samoan Ganondorf bloodline.
You've been on that.
They won.
Actually,
dude, they gave him a Samoan tag. Come on, man.
Yeah,
they definitely did. But you know what?
Wearing a kimono and everything.
In the spirit of Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi, Ninja versus Ninja.
That's it.
Mm.
And you mix
A
them
Console Wars album sounds kind of crazy.
I'm
Jack.
telling you,
I'm
because
kinda
right
feeling
now
that.
we're in this space to where you have Xbox going third party while ganking everybody for services. PlayStation doing absolutely nothing but still being on top, and then Nintendo doing what Nintendo does. But everybody's catching criticism for something. Nintendo's with this game key card and pricing. You have Xbox, once again, just being Xbox. And then you have Sony to where some will say, look, they just haven't been in their exclusive bag. So it's like
they don't have anymore.
They really don't.
Yotai was it, bro. After Yotai, they done.
Yeah, they done. Because that Wolverine is gonna be what it is. Like I said, I got a feeling from what it looked like, it's gonna feel really reminiscent of Spider-Man. But
and this time it's not gonna be on one system.
There you go. So I really can see that happening, but then also too, even though it was like one mention, Hiei and going into the anime bag, because with you mentioning TJ about not TJ, but actually Jay and TJ, y'all two get me mixed up on the same podcast. But Jay, you mentioning the music from the animes, we can do the same thing too, guys. Like the anime stuff, like picking characters and then kind of like really hitting home on those characters, or just the episodes or the shows themselves. If we pick,
that'd be dope.
Whatever.
What about like doing character ciphers?
Yeah,
character cipher, or like I said, just like picking your favorite anime and then just going into it. So similar to like what we did with One Piece.
Death Note.
So like,
oh yeah.
That wasn't another season of Death Note. But like for example, like when we did the One Piece joint, I rapped from the perspective of Luffy. TJ, you went with Sanji. Zap went with Nami. And then I came in with Robin as my deep character. So we did it from that perspective, and we just did references heavy with that. But really, we could get into that bag of trying to see like if we can outdo each other, like who has the best reference and verse for those characters or that anime series.
Hey,
I think.
You know me.
Don't make me get started.
All you gotta do is send me a beat. I'm gonna start rapping.
So yeah, I will be reaching out. So Shadow, Andre, don't think I ain't forgot. Like I still got something sitting on my desktop that you sent us. So I don't care if you utilize AI, whatever you want to do. That's in your. And Jay, I ain't forgot about you. So I'm going to twist arms and I'm going to do exactly what I did to Sandstorm, because little secret. So when I sent the song to Sandstorm, he was like, "Yeah, I'll get on it." I sent that to him in Switchbit. I was like, "Hey, y'all good?" I was like, I got to submit the album by this time frame. So every time I didn't receive it, I went on his podcast. I was like, hey, Rebirth coming October 2nd. And it's got my boy Sandstorm on it. He didn't have no choice. Okay. He had to get that verse to me. He got it to me right after that. I was like, oh, y'all, Sandstorm on it. And he sent it to me right away. But I appreciate it, though. But I had to apply some pressure. Like,
drag them in,
because I can't keep saying it and then he don't show up on the album. Like, nah.
Bro, what happened, bro? Where was you at? Oh, yeah. I like that tactic. I'm about to start.
That. Nice.
Drag them right into it.
All right, okay, peeps. So y'all, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled madness next week. So we're probably gonna be making fun of Microsoft because of the whole Game Pass thing next week. So. Because I'm pretty sure it's still gonna be going on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so it's gonna be hilarious, and I'm gonna see all the pearl clutching that people are gonna be doing. My word, So we're gonna be seeing all that and making fun of that.
Bond fault. It's all Sarah Bond fault, like they told me.
Remember I said that as soon as they promote her, it's like she won't take the blame for nothing that she did.
I would just like to take a moment of silence right now for the drop the price hashtag.
Nah, I want to I want to give a hand to the raise the price crowd.
Yeah, for that.
They won. They won that one.
We got them to change the price on Outer Worlds too. You think you did that?
No, you did.
You think you did that?
Think
All
so.
right.
No.
Well, get them to change the price of Game Pass back to what it was then.
Exactly.
See how that works out. But
They lost half their subscribers and they budge yet.
yeah.
Real quick before we go, I just want to say shout out to Jay. Thank you for hosting this today because
thank you, brother.
we decided to collab since Action Jack is part of both of our families.
Yes,
we
sir.
decided that this was a great way to celebrate his album. So I appreciate you hosting this for us, my man.
Yeah,
Thanks,
no problem, man. No problem. All right, peeps. Y'all know how we do. We'll see y'all next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Peace.
Later.
There you go.
Peace.
Peace, folks.